Man, it's been way too long. See how the stream looks here. Right, let's get the camera angle here. Yeah, I think it's bright enough. This is the lowest setting I can get right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring up my other phone. So I know it's been a long time since I've been live, and I honestly don't know how many viewers I'll have. To be honest with you, because it has been way too long. But we're gonna try this thing. So looks like we have a few watching. So individual, what's going on? What's up, Xander Renton? Oscar Federico Jr., what's going on? It's been a while. It's been a couple of months. Jay Edgar, what's going on? How's it going? How's it going? So it's been a few months since I've been up here on the live stream. And yeah. What's up, Kenneth Marlin? Yeah, long time no see, man. I'm telling you, it's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been over 2 months. I want to say it has been since I have been live. Mr. EMZ, what's going on? How's it going? So, like I say, first time being back live in a few months. I'm not sure how many people I've lost, who used to watch my channel more because I've done live streams. And since I haven't done live streaming in over 2 months, I'm noticing that my engagement on my channel is shrinking bad. So, not really sure how that's working out, but yeah. I got the Galaxy Buds today from Best Buy, and they're amazing. Awesome. Never used them, probably never will use them. I got so many wireless earbuds, it's not even funny. John, what's up? It's been since, yes, the Tar Heels had, exactly. It's been a long time. I'm in my streaming spot where I've always streamed, and man, it's been so long. It's like starting all over again, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Karen Denny, how you doing? What's up, Storm Cheshire 92? How's it going? Happy holidays to you too, Philip S. How's it going? So I'm streaming right now from a new phone that I do not have on the channel yet. I got a lot of editing to do. I'm not going to give any hints what the phone is. The phone is freaking awesome. And I was going to stream from the Pixel 4 XL, but I remember how the 3A XL was on YouTube live streaming, so I didn't want to chance it. If I was to sit here with an LED light, record a video in 1080 whatever, it would look fantastic. But for some reason, YouTube really lowers the quality on the pixels for some reason or another, which is really strange, seeing it's Google and it's Pixel and it's YouTube, Google, whatever. But this one right here is a brand new phone that I just got like 2 days ago, and wow, this phone is amazing. But it'll be coming up soon, so yeah. Coming at us from T-Mobile 5G. No T-Mobile 5G. Still on 4G LTE. Have no 5G phones. Even though I am on Better Sim right now, I'm on T-Mobile Better Sim. I still have the Better Sim network as well, paying it every month, even though I don't use it hardly none. It's good for these unlocked phones, like I have right here, these GSM only devices. So I got to keep the line open. Even though I really don't need this line, I keep it open because of that reason. Um, M-Ball, what's going on, man? Thought you gave up live streaming. Nah, I just needed a long break from it. I was doing live streams so often and there's been a lot of things going on in the past several months that live streaming and actually YouTube has been in the very back part of my mind. A lot of things that's happened since September. September was a bad month. October was a horrible month. And into November was just really bad. A lot of personal issues, family issues, stuff like that. and YouTube has really been put on the back burner, but I'm trying to get back into it slowly here. So maybe there'll be more live streams, more often than not. I would do more live streams more often if I had better upload speeds at my house. I got plenty of download speed at my house. The upload speed is my problem. And you got to have a good upload speed to get a good and clear stream like you're seeing right now. I can get like 50 megabits download at my house, but my upload's like 2 and 3. And it's impossible to have a good live stream without freezing and choppiness and fuzziness. So I would stream a whole lot more from home if I had better internet. And T-Mobile ain't doing squat at my house. Verizon is the only carrier that gets out. I don't have NetBuddy anymore. NetBuddy cut me off, so I don't have them anymore. I got the Verizon hotspot, but like I say, I get good download speeds. Upload speeds is what I need, and I don't have it. So I got 20 watching, and come on, 3 likes. Come on, it's been over 2 months since I've been live here, and so hopefully hopefully it's going to do all right. So anyway, let's get back to the comments here. Are you getting the A20 again on Straight Talk now it's available? No, I will not be getting the A20. I don't have the A10E anymore. I actually sold the A10E to a family member. I still have possession of it because they haven't paid for it. So I still had the phone, but it's not really considered mine anymore because I promised it to them. The A20 I will not be getting because why? I mean, I got the Pixel 4 XL right here. It's all the phone that I really, really need. And it works on Total Wireless, Straight Talk, which I'm on Total Wireless. So I don't really need any other phone to use. Now, this phone that I got right here was too good of a price and too good of a phone to pass up. I had to grab it whenever, and it's GSM only. So this may be my daily T-Mobile. The only problem is there's no Wi-Fi calling, and in my area, I don't get the best coverage, which y'all will know that, and they ain't doing squat to increase coverage in my area. Hey Shay Kennedy, how you doing? Brooke Nicole 91, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining. And I always say this, since I haven't been on here in so long, I may just talk. And so if you leave your comments and I don't read them right away, I read every comment as it comes in order. So if you leave a comment and I don't read it like this or however, whatever, then not a very good snap. But anyway, if I don't read them like right off the bat, it's because I haven't got to your comment. But you can rest assured, I will definitely get to your comment. So just hang on here, and I'll read it. John says, why the break? Were you burnt out with phones? I had some issues with family, some family problems, some problems of my own. The past 3 months has been awful. I mean, it's just been terrible. And I did get kind of burned out with phones, technology. I got burned out with, I'm gonna be honest, I did get kind of burned out, but that wasn't the main reason. It's just there's been a lot of things going on, family wise, my own personal self, and it's just been a lot. So there's been a lot of things in the past several months. It's just been like, whoa, So yeah, I just got an LG G8. Awesome. It's a great phone. I still have Sprint, and they gave it to me for $10 a month. That's a deal. That's a really good deal. The LG G8 is a really good phone from what I'm hearing. Got the mellow yellow. Yeah, I don't know why I had the paper towel around it because it's like 35 degrees, so it ain't gonna sweat, but it's just habit. So I have Sprint 7 lines, pay $140. That's not bad. King of Tech Deals, where's Melissa's at? Here, there he is. What's going on, King of Tech Deals? What's going on? I saw your earbuds video earlier. They are nice, but I like wired ones. I mean, those are really nice. I've tested them out. I've not fully tested them out. Also, if anybody's interested in a pair of those TrebLab X Fits, in the description, I got a promo code. It's good for the website and good for Amazon, for the TribLab X Fits, and they're really nice. They're comfortable. They really are. So if anybody's interested, yeah, there you go. It's all right, M Ball. It's just one of them things. Jasmine Brown, how you doing? The XR is a freaking beast. Battery life is awesome. LT on T-Mobile. I've been getting 200 plus megabits. We getting the small cells pushed out like crazy. And we got the 5G here. Got some tests already from here. That's what's up. I mean, I'm not in any hurry to get 5G or get a 5G phone personally, because T-Mobile don't even have coverage in my area, and I'm not even that far out of town. I mean, if they can't even increase coverage in my area where I'm not even that far out of area, then I'm not expecting 5G for at least 30 more years. You know, because I mean, it's been pretty pathetic for T-Mobile, and I even use T-Mobile, and they've been pathetic in even putting out coverage in my area where I could even make phone calls. So now I thought that I had this phone on vibrate and on silent, but I heard it vibrate, so I don't know. Anyway, what do you use now? You have no net buddy. Is it no? I got grandfathered in on the Verizon prepaid hotspot unlimited. So that plan is no longer available anymore. But as long as I keep my bill paid, I have it on record that it will always be unlimited hotspot to anything, Xbox, whatever. I use about 500 gigs a month, and Verizon cut me off once, and I called them, gave them my two, and gave them a piece of my mind, and they assured me, guaranteed me, and I got it down, I got it down that they said that they will never cut me off again, and that as long as I pay my bill on time, I will never be um, kicked off the unlimited plan. So that's what I am using right now to do everything. What phone are you using? I gave up Boost, spread lasted a week, went back to Straight Talk. I don't blame you for go back to Straight Talk. I mean, Straight Talk Total Wireless, I probably won't ever leave them either. This phone right here, I can't say right now because I haven't unboxed it on my channel. I ordered it on Amazon. I've had it about 2 days, and it's a fairly new phone, but I didn't notice it until I actually seen it pop up. So this phone will be unboxed here soon, very soon. I also got my Visible phone, which I got over here, and that's not it. The ZTE Visible phone is not the phone that I'm streaming on right now. That'll probably be out first before this phone will be. This phone right here has not even been edited yet. But I'm using it right now for the live stream. I'm using it on T-Mobile because it's GSM only. But I'll let you know. Let's see. But I got the Pixel 4 XL on Total Wireless. Been working like a champ. AT&E dropped to 99 on Straight Talk. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. Anybody that got the AT&E for $49 on Straight Talk got a steal. They got a steal of a deal. Still of a deal. Love Tech 47, how's it going? Yeah, long time no see. Didn't you get a job? I think that's what Lady Red had said. No, not really. Not really. I'm not going to get into that right now. Nice to see $55 Straight Talk plan now, including 10 gigs. I want to ask you, Mill Hustles, does Total Wireless have that, or is it just Straight Talk only? I got 31 watching. No, if I keep doing like this right here, it's cause these glasses and this screen, when it's tilted, it goes almost dark. So I can't hardly see anything. So I think I got 31 watching and 6 likes. So be sure to smash that like button. What do you think about the COPPA law and FTC? Oh my, I got too many thoughts on that right now. I believe that they're trying to just screw over YouTubers and content creators, especially the smaller ones. I got a feeling with this law, you're going to see a lot of channels disappear. I've seen too many videos about it. I got a feeling you're going to see a lot of YouTubers, especially smaller YouTubers, disappear, and I hope I ain't one of them. Someone told me that you can do a live stream audio for places that you have bad upload. Well, yeah, but I just don't want to do that, to be honest. I've never really been a Umidigi guy. I mean, I liked a couple of their phones. I actually passed on the Umidigi X. I was gonna buy the Umidigi X, but I decided against it because I like a phone with a good camera. I ain't gonna lie to you. And every Umidigi phone that I've ever used has not had a great camera, and that includes the F1. The F1 was a great phone, but every Umidigi I've ever had has had something wrong with it. It could be small and minor. It could be a screen problem. It can be a rebooting problem. But I've always had a little bit of an issue with Umidigi phones. So I haven't really bought one lately. Individual says, KOTD, are you still on AT&T as well? Oh, King of Tech Deals, gotcha. Yeah, I've missed all y'all too, I'm telling you. Stream looks great on my Honor 8X. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad because I'm looking at it right here through my Pixel and it looks pretty good as well. The Pixel 4 XL, I'm telling you, there has been so much negativity about the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. I can't comment on the battery and all on the 4, the only difference really. But the 4 XL, all the negative stuff you've heard about it, forget about it. Dismiss it. The only thing that I have an issue with the Pixel 4 XL is its price. The price is too high. Every other little nitpicking thing you've ever heard about the Pixel 4 XL, ignore it. Everybody's saying that the battery life is horrible. I get over 2 days and over 8 hours screen on time. That's better than some phones I got with over 4,000 milliamp hour batteries. This phone has been nothing but perfect for me. Yes, it's stock Android. No, it does not have all of the extra features that Samsung gives with Samsung One UI. It don't give you all the features of an LG phone, but it's stock vanilla Android. That's the purpose of this phone. The cameras are phenomenal. They're griping about 4K 60. Who cares? Like I made mention in the video before, we watch Netflix and other streaming services that, for the most part, stream in 1080 on our 50-inch TVs. Why does a YouTuber need 4K 60 to do a video? I mean, really? I record in 1080 60, and that's good enough for me. And that's good enough for the majority of people. I see people, big YouTubers, not even recording at 60 frames per second, just recording 1080p. And I'm like, they're wanting to gripe about everything with the Pixel 4 XL, and I gotta tell you, don't believe any of it. I own the phone. Most of these people that are talking bad about it don't even own the phone, have never even touched the phone. And I'm just being realistic here. So that little rant's over. If you got any more questions about the Pixel 4 XL, let me know, and I'll answer them for you. And I'll be honest about it. I'm not gonna nitpick every little thing like everybody else does. So anyway, um, I'm doing all right. My dad had passed away last. I'm sorry to hear that, Shay Kennedy. I really am. I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers are with you. I still have DirecTV, and DirecTV sucks. Since AT&T took over DirecTV, it has went to the dogs. Um, I had about 60 episodes on my DVR recorded, and something happened, erased everything. I'm not sure if that was just a equipment problem or if it's just AT&T's pathetic neglect on how their services work. I got really mad. I really about called DirecTV about it, but I didn't. Um, it has been awful since AT&T has took over DirecTV, but I still have it. I don't pay for it. I just have a box ran. Well, I can't say that I don't pay for it because I am using it, so I do. You get the drift. Um, family can be interesting sitting here with my Dr. Pepper. The Galaxy Fold, if it was gave to me for free, I'd take it. I wouldn't pay $100 for that phone. Country Boy 88. What's going on? I got a 65-inch Philips Android Smart TV for Black Friday for $249. That's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody talks a lot of junk about Philips, but now in Philips ain't what they used to be. Philips used to be really good, like back in the 80s and 90s. But I took a chance because, see, my TV went out, and I had to have a TV that fit my table. And the only the only TV that would fit was I found a 50-inch Philips TV, and it's been great, to be honest. It's a sad day. People spend $200 on earbuds. Yeah, I mean, you can get really good wireless earbuds for $30, $40, $50. Them Treblabs that I just unboxed, you can get for like $49, and they sound amazing. They sound crystal clear. Also, the Black Webs that I have, the ones that y'all seen on the channel, the Black Webs, they were like 30 some dollars. Them things sound amazing, and they pack a punch. I mean, they hit hard. So I mean, you really ain't gotta get AirPods or nothing from Samsung or nothing like that to get really good sounding wireless Bluetooth. Because I mean, Black Web, really 30 some dollars, and they sound amazing, and they last quite a while. These Treblabs, they sound wonderful as well, but I haven't really tested them out fully yet. But $50, plus you can get a discount if you buy them from the Amazon or the website. 10% off with my promo code. Heck. Hey, Sean White, what's going on? Where are my Cowboy fans? We won. I'm a Panthers fan, but I'm going to tell you, Panthers needs to give it up. Oh my goodness, I'm not even going to get into that. I'm upset with them. Yeah. Since we last chat, I went storm chasing and seen a tornado. Now I'm jealous. I'm jealous. It's my YouTube channel. I will check it out. I really haven't watched a ton of YouTube, to be honest with you. So I will check that out. Man, I'm jealous. I could care less about 5G. I have 15 megabits DSL, and I think it's fast. What's up, Tech Wiz? The LG G8 is really nice. Has 120 gigabytes of storage and 6 gigs a month. Okay. I use PDA Net, best hotspot ever. As long as my cell phone is as paid, I got free hotspot. Awesome. I only use 40 gigs of data at home this month. My brothers used to stay with me and use 500 gigs. I did not think you could do that with 13 megabits per second. LOL. Well, I play a lot of online gaming as well, and that eats up data like crazy. That's why I'm using 3 to 4 to 500 gigabytes a month on my hotspot. Hey, what's up, TSB? How you been? I ported a Cricket on Black Friday, got the LG Escape Plus. Okay, how are you liking it, Sean White? Just about to say hi. I hope you have a great live stream. Thank you, Javon Sims. What's up, Chris Stevenson? What's going on, man? You just got notification. Yeah, they're slacking. YouTube is slacking, making it hard for us YouTubers. So I got 34 watching and 13 likes. Smash that like button. I sure would appreciate it. Congrats to 24K subs. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm about 960 away from 25,000. I like to get there by the end of the year, but I don't see it happening. Yeah, it's been a long time, man. Metro is giving away the AT&E out for free on a new line. Also, the K40 and G7 Play. The AT&E's a really good phone. It really is. What's up, Jason C? Oh, you're new here. Thank you for joining, Jason C. Total Wireless is supposed to get hotspot. I got a leak graphic too. Have no idea why it was pushed back. Yeah, I was wondering because I was going to use some hotspot, but I got on the website and it didn't show it, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna risk that. So yeah. Lefty 47 says, "Come on, peeps, smash that like button." Yes, thank you. Mastic Review, what's going on? How you doing? Rose Jane, how you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Hope y'all were all having a great night. Art Doll, good to see you. Great to see you as well. How you doing? We ordered the T-Mobile test drive hotspot the other day because my dad wants us to try out T-Mobile in our area. I had that T-Mobile test drive hotspot. Got no service, of course. Can you get the Honor 9X and review it? I doubt it. I would like to, but I've bought a couple of phones and I'm kind of out of budget right now. But how much is the Honor 9X? I just saw a YouTuber do a video on the Stylo 5 and the iPhone 11. Guess who won? Yeah. And then this is why budget phones are crap. I mean, come on. Yeah, I mean, the Stylo 5, I had the phone from day one when I pulled it out of the box. $200. When I pulled it out of the box, powered it on, it lagged from the beginning. I'm not going to lie to you. Going through the settings, it was choppy and there was nothing on the phone. Nothing on the phone. And it was choppy and laggy. The A10e it performed better than the Stylo 5 with less RAM and a smaller processor, if I'm correct on that. The Stylo 5, in my opinion, if they would have put a 632 processor like they put in the G7, Moto G7s, it would have been a world difference. It would have made a world of difference with the Stylo 5 if they would have just put a different processor in it, because it has enough RAM, it's got enough storage for the price point. But for the price of the phone, wow, what a disappointment. 1080p is good, yeah. What do you think about Visible Wireless Service? I just got Visible Mobile. I got the ZTE phone right here. I got it for free. I traded in an old Cricket phone that I've had forever, and I traded it in, and I got this phone for free. I paid $25 for my first month, no taxes or fees. They sent me the phone. When I got the phone, they gave me a return slip, and I sent the other phone in. The phone's $100, and it's free with a phone trade-in. And I gotta say, for a free phone, it's not bad at all. And I'm honest, also on hotspot, I'm getting the same speeds on hotspot as I am actual LTE. So maybe that's just using Visible's phone. I don't know. But connection's good, data is good. Will I keep it? Probably not, because I can't really afford an extra bill right now. I got Total Wireless, which is also Verizon, and then I got T-Mobile, which I got to keep. So yeah. But so far it's working out okay for me. But we'll see what happens. Hey, what's up, Rob Dillard? Thought Verizon ended that hotspot plan. They did end the hotspot plan, but see, I'm grandfathered in it. I got auto pay set up, so mine comes out every single month. So I'm auto paid and grandfathered, and I got proof from Verizon rep. I mean, I got it documented and in proof that my plan will never change. So yeah. AT&T Axia is the worst budget phone I ever seen. It's on clearance now. Yeah, I remember seeing that phone. What do you think about Dish? DirecTV got to be very costly. I know Dish used to be horrible, but I'm not sure about it anymore. It is funny. I used to not like LG phones. I love my G. Well, the G8's a great phone. I wouldn't mind having a G8 or a V50. Probably a V50 because I like the V series of LGs. But yeah. You cut out during talking about your TV. I'm not sure if it's me or you. It may just be you, because I'm pushing some very good speeds right now on T-Mobile. What's up, Big John Tech Reviews? Good evening to you. How's it going? I just ordered some $20 wired earbuds. Can't wait to see what they can do. I like TrebLab ones you did. The TrebLab ones are really good. They're a really good company. They got really good products, and I highly recommend TrebLab. Not just because they sent me out I mean, a lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, you talk so good about the Pixel 4 and how there's nothing wrong with it because you're Team Pixel." That's not the case at all. I mean, regardless if I paid for it or didn't pay for it, y'all know me well enough. Y'all been a part of my channel long enough that I want to be completely honest with y'all. If something's good, I'm going to tell you. Something's bad, I'm going to tell you. If a product, if the TrebLabs were horrible, even though they were sent to me to test out, if they were horrible, I want to tell you they're horrible. I don't sell out to companies. If they send me out free stuff or not, I'm gonna give. I mean, it's the consumer that's spending their money on a product that I am recommending. I mean, that would be so wrong for me to recommend something that's a bunch of junk and me say it's good for them to spend their money because I got a product for free. That's not how I do business. That's not how I operate my channel. If something's bad, I want y'all to know about it. I don't care if it's free or not free. If I pay $400 for a phone out of my own pocket, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. If I get the Pixel 4, I got that phone sitting to me. If it was a crappy phone, I'd tell you. There's been a lot of nitpicking about the Pixel 4 XL. I think it's a wonderful phone. It's the only phone where my SIM card has been in the phone since I've got it. It's only been out of the phone one time to test out another phone for like a day, and then the SIM card went right back into the phone. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Y'all know that. I mean, I might get some things wrong because I'm human, and we all have different likes and dislikes. But I'm gonna do what I can to be, always be upfront and honest with everybody, because that's just the way I am. Yeah. Um, King of the Midway says, "What are your thoughts on Visible Wireless?" I've only had them for a few days, and so far so good. I've not had any problems with them so far. You may have heard what I was saying earlier about which, like I said, I'm behind right now. I'm behind right now in comments by a little ways. So you may have heard what I said about Visible Mobile earlier. Hopefully you did. Escape Plus is good. No complaints. Average phone. What's the best $200 phone or under right now? For what carrier? It's all right. It's been way too long. Yes, it has been. I found out there is a setting where your phone will beep when you drop signal. When you get notification, no data connection, swipe left. Oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed this is kind of chopping out a little bit. I think it's just the phone. I don't think that it is the service. Are you pumped for the new Motorola Razr? I am not. And the reason why I'm not is the price. Um, let's see. I think I missed a comment. Spirit wants to give me a free iPad. Better make sure it's free. There's probably a catch somewhere in there. Also, Metro is waiving activation fees, I believe, until the 9th. Applies to 2 lines and up. I tried the T-Mobile hotspot, was well, and it was extremely slow and wouldn't connect sometimes. I was getting speeds under 1 megabit. I even took that little hotspot in right here in the streaming spot, I think, and I was getting pitiful speeds for some reason. I paid an extra $10 on my Sprint line, and I get Tidal music, which is great, and 50 gigs of LTE hotspot. Then it slows to 3G after. Ah, okay. Rose James says, "I'm doing good. Hope you're doing well." I'm doing okay. Ibis Paris, I have a Samsung Galaxy A20. It's a good phone. It is a really good phone. A really good phone. What's up, Javin Brown? What's up? How's it going? Nick says, "I have the Moto G7 Optimo. Love the battery." Yes. You got the Optimo or Optimo Max? So I'm way behind. Well, I'm way behind. I asked about the 9X price forever ago, and I'm just now seeing the comment. The 9X is 250 to 450. I can't afford it, to be honest with you. Can't afford it. What phones are in the office tonight? The streaming phone, I can't say because I haven't unboxed it yet. I can go ahead and say that I have the ZTE Blade A7 Prime from Visible because the unboxing's coming on this, but this phone, yeah, and my Pixel 4 XL. Um, I am what? Your Verizon hotspot is working so well. If you're way out there, do you see Verizon congestion? Certain times of the day I do get deprioritized. And I do see congestion. But it only lasts for like an hour, maybe a couple hours, and then I'm back at good speeds again. Can't pronounce your name, Albay. Hope I got your name right, Albay. Hello, how you doing? Any phone into 2020 that has your interest right now? Okay, I did buy a new iPhone. It's not a new 10 or 11 series. I wanted one. However, there was none in stock when I went to get one. So I did get a newer iPhone, but I think I'm going to return it. And the only reason why I'm going to return it is not because I don't want the phone, because I like the phone. The only reason is because I heard rumors of an iPhone SE 2 could be coming out next year. It's going to have the same specs as the iPhone 8. And that's what I bought, an iPhone 8 Plus. And while I don't like to return phones, I may end up returning the iPhone 8 Plus. I didn't do a video on it. But I may end up returning it because if the SE2 comes out next year, I'm going to kind of look forward to that. And if I don't see nothing about it that I like, then I may end up getting just a regular iPhone 8 because the 8 Plus is just too big of a phone. And that sounds weird knowing that the Pixel 4 XL and other phones I have are just about the same size. For some reason, an iPhone that big, I'm just not crazy about it. I like the smaller size iPhones. So yeah. But that's the only thing that has my interest right now in 2020 is the iPhone SE2 potential. When it comes to like Samsung, I'm not the biggest Samsung guy in the world. I don't really care about buying Samsung. There's nothing wrong with their phones. I just they're not they've never really been my favorite manufacturer. Um, like I said, I get a lot of crap sometimes because I don't really care for Samsung, but everybody has their preferences. And I'm not a Samsung person, so I don't really badmouth Samsung, but because they make really good hardware and everything else, I'm just not a Samsung person, so I'm not looking forward to any new Samsungs coming out for sure. Metro is going to get 5G on December 6th. Awesome. Well, it's already December 6th. Let's see. December 5th. Okay. Wow. I'm on 144p and it keeps saying loading and cuts out. What the heck? AT&T or iPad? Wow. Is anybody else experiencing any cutouts? LG has come a long way. I used to hate them too. Yeah, they have came a long way. They have came a long way. I wish that they would make more budget mid range devices to kind of compete with some other manufacturers like the Galaxy 8. Now, I will say the Galaxy A series, I do like their series, them phones. They are nice phones for a good price. I would like to see LG do something along that sort as well. Um, just get one line postpay Verizon, all in one kit. Not everyone could buy a Samsung Galaxy S10 or iPhone. Exactly. That's why a lot of I don't name any names. Of course, I never do that on my channel. But it's like if you ain't got the newest iPhone or the newest Samsung or the newest this or newest that, then you got a junk phone. That's not the case at all. There's a lot of phones out there now that you can get for a really good price that can do literally about the same things that a flagship can, with some sacrifices. Of course, you don't have this or that or the other. The cameras ain't as good as them. But if you're just the average consumer, a lot of phones that are a lot cheaper does people just fine. I mean, really, it's the big techies who really care about everything these phones have to offer. The average consumer really don't care about probably 80% of what these phones do. I mean, just judging by from what I hear from people that are not really into cell phone and technology, and I'm like, what do you look for in a phone? And whenever I ask somebody, just an ordinary average consumer, I'm like, what do you look for in a phone? They say, how's the camera? How's the battery? And can you use social media? Can you play games on it? That's about all I'm ever asked. They don't say how much RAM's in it, how much ROM's in it, what kind of processor does it run, what kind of GPU does it have, what kind of blah blah blah. They don't ask that kind of stuff. I tell them, but they don't. Most of them are like, what? The Pixels are great devices. However, the Pixel 4 battery is not very good. The Pixel 4 itself, with a 2800 milliamp battery, I don't know what Google was thinking. But the Pixel 4 XL gets very good battery life. I get over 2 days and over 8 hours screen on time. That's good, in my opinion. Stewie Griffin, hey man, is the J7 Crown any good? The J7 Crown's getting pretty old now. It's been out for a while. It's still I still people. I don't. If I can get my words out, I know people that still use a J7 Crown and they like it just fine. It's got the Galaxy A6 processor, which is a 7885 from Exynos. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM. The biggest downside is the camera is, and the storage is pretty low. But it's not that bad. With Apple earbuds or whatever, you just paying for the name, pretty much. Pretty much. By the way, Verizon is a pile of crap company. They intentionally broke my mom's S7. They said they were going to clean out the charge port, but totally destroyed it. I was so mad I couldn't breathe. I don't blame you, Nick. I would have been mad too. Man, that's messed up. Do you see the need in a PC anymore? Nope, I don't. I got a laptop at home that's not been open in probably a year. What's up, Tony Tech? How's it going, man? I got the Unlock Moto Z3 Play with battery pack Moto mod for $229. Awesome. I think I seen that deal, or I seen a deal like that for the Z3 Play. It was a pretty good looking phone. What phones are you buying your family members for Christmas? None, because all of my family members pretty much have new phones. A phone for 200 or under, I'd go with the Moto G7. Moto G7 is a good phone. It really is. Have you tried Sprint's Kickstarter Unlimited $25 a month plan? See, here's the thing. I wanted to get an iPhone 11 with the Sprint's Kickstarter Unlimited plan. I was going to do that, but you got to buy the phone outright or bring your own phone to get that plan. And I said, bye. Justin Sharp says Straight Talk Wireless is good. Yes, it is very good. A lot of complaints about it, but honestly, I've been with Total Wireless for over a year now. I got an email the other day says, congratulations, you've been for a year of service or whatever. That's been like a month or two ago. So I've been with them for over a year, and knock on wood, I've not experienced any problems with Total Wireless. Straight Talk, Total Wireless, same company, same carrier. Yes, I do still use the iPhone 6S. Still got it. The only problem with the iPhone 6S is the battery is awful. I blame that on Apple, though. I believe with each update, they degrade the older iPhone batteries intentionally. I still believe that to this day. Yes, I am a fan of Nokia phones. I do like Nokia phones. I've always been a fan of, I've not always been a fan of Nokia phones. I was a fan of Nokia phones in the early 2000s, upwards to around 05 or 06, whenever Nokia sold out to Pantech which Pantech was a crap manufacturer in my opinion. But now the HMD Global has them again. They're really good. And yes, I like Nokia. I really like Nokia. The iPad is free if I add a mobile data plan. Ah, okay. T-Mobile Hotspot is mostly for testing if T-Mobile works in your area, not for last. Yeah, exactly. Would you go for either the Moto E6 or the Visible ZTE Blade A7 Prime? I'm trying to decide which one to get. Both will be free when signing up for Visible. I never did do a video on the Moto E6, so I can't comment. If you want a fingerprint scanner, the E6 does not have one. The Blade does. I think you get a bigger display, probably a better speaker maybe on the E6. That's ultimately up to you though, because I mean, ever since I have been using this little Blade, it's not been a bad phone. The cameras ain't the greatest. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that right now. It's got a rear firing speaker, but it gets pretty loud to be honest. It's got a 6-inch display, even though it don't look like it's got a 6-inch display. It does. It's 720p, and is it the fastest phone in the world? No. But I think it's probably going to be faster than the 439 Snapdragon that's in the E6. Now, I could be wrong. This has a MediaTek Helio A22, so it's not the quickest in the world. They both have, I think, the same RAM and everything. So it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, it's really up to you. But since I never used an E6, I can't really say for sure. What's up, Isaac Diaz? How you doing? I like big phones. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind big phones either. I mean, my Pixel 4 is a big phone. This phone here that I'm streaming on is a big phone. Love Tech says, nope, good stream. Awesome. Wait a minute. I use Galaxy J7 Sky Pro and iPhone XR. Yeah, an iPhone XR I can get for $599 right now on Total Wireless. But I don't really want an iPhone that's locked down to a carrier for a year. I don't. If I bought one, I want it to be unlocked. Found a 9X with 64 gigs of storage, 6 gigabytes of RAM for $267. Nice. iPhones are very expensive. Yes, they are. Depending on the merger, I may have to move to Verizon as T-Mobile does not work in the mountains unless they take on Sprint's agreement with Carolina West. Yeah, we got to see what happens. Stream looks very good on my end. Awesome, Sean White. Good news is Verizon Star Unlimited is only $210 for my 7 line versus Sprint's $210. Gotcha. If you buy an old iPhone or Galaxy, you are considered a peasant. Shake my head. Yeah. It's sad to say that, you know? If you got a Galaxy S7 or S8, it's like, pfft. If you got an iPhone 6S or S, I'm like, really? You know, I'm like, why are you going to shame somebody for using an older flagship phone that just a few years ago everybody was in love with? And I wanted to say something about iPhones. I got an 8 Plus right now. And honestly, I can't tell any difference in ordinary performance between the 6S and the 8 Plus. I can't. The only difference I've seen is, of course, the camera is sharper and better and everything else. But just for ordinary usage and opening apps, I can barely tell the difference. You know, and it is sad that people sit there and they'll judge somebody because they don't have the latest OnePlus 7T or the Pixel 4 XL or Galaxy Note 10 Plus or all these phones. I've said it before. It's very hard for me to justify paying over $400 for any phone. I don't think that personally any phone is worth over $400 to $500. I don't think so. I think anything over that is just price gouging. That's just my. I mean, I could be wrong in that, and everybody has their own opinions, and that's just fine and dandy. But that's just my opinion. I'm gonna stick to it. Stylo 4 and 5 have garbage cameras. I agree. I do agree with that. The stream is working good now. Awesome. The worst phone I have ever used was the Coolpad Legacy. Really? I got a Coolpad Legacy that I actually got unlocked from Boost Mobile somehow. They unlocked it for me. I can't use it on any other carrier, unfortunately. It's unlocked, but it won't work for Straight Talk or Total Wireless or T-Mobile, which is really weird. I have service, but it won't work. It's weird. But anyway, the CoolPad now, did you have the actual CoolPad Legacy, or did you have the CoolPad Legacy Go Edition, or did you have the actual big CoolPad Legacy? Because the Legacy was a pretty good phone. I got a flagship at budget prices. People do not buy LGs they like they do Samsung. Exactly. I've heard complaints about the CoolPad Legacy. I still have mine, and I've been using mine, and I haven't had any problems with my CoolPad Legacy, to be honest. Mike says, "Hello, RJ. I just got me this LG Stylo side by Metro with T-Mobile in his phone. Rock. It's really cool. My friend has a Moto E5. It works as good as my LG. That is 850. LOL. Wow." I don't think he's being mean. I think he's shaking his head because people are considered, you know, broke if you buy an older phone like that. I don't think it was meant to be mean. It's very hard to use. Very. At times my LG lags up when going home for a second. Uh, the best phone on the market is a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Pro. It's just the best phone on the market. You're not the best in cameras, but it's got some pretty good cameras. Yeah, I mean everybody has their own opinion. I mean you like the Galaxy Note 10 Pro. That's awesome. I mean whatever anybody likes. I mean you got some YouTubers who bash you for liking the Pixel. You got some that'll bash you for liking LG. Some that'll bash you for liking OnePlus or Samsung. It's not up to anybody to bash anybody on what phone that they like. And that's not what I would ever do. If people love a Samsung, hey, splurge, have fun. I hope you love it. But then you got those who want to bash on me because I got a Pixel 4 XL and how it's just this, that, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't pick on your phone. It's kind of immature when people sit there and I mean, the most immature thing I see is phone wars. I'm like, why is anybody gonna sit there and bash somebody and get all up in their feelings because you say something bad about their phone? I'm like, it's just a piece of technology that does not do nothing but just it sits here. I mean, why? I mean, I'm like, if you like LG, awesome. If you like Samsung, fantastic. If you like iPhone, good. I mean, I believe that everybody is entitled to use what they want to use. And all this phone war stuff, you know, just trashing somebody because they like this phone or that phone. I'm like, we're adults here. Ain't it about time to act like it? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I respect anybody. Like Mike said, to him, the best phone on the market is the Galaxy Note 10 Pro. Hey, it might not be the best to me, but you love it. So, hey, the 4XL is great. Sounds like you got a top of the line phone. It's a really good phone. A really good phone. Excellent phone. So you do not work for H? No, no. Um, do you put all of the phones in your collection in cases? No, I do not. No. Only only certain phones of mine get cases. Some phones come with cases, which is really nice. LG Rebel 4 only $20 at Walmart. Wow, there you go. Anybody wanting a decent phone? There you go. LG Rebel 4, not a high-end phone, it's a budget phone, but $20 at Walmart? Hey, you can't beat that at all. Ooh, what brand of phone cases is your favorite? Wow. I use some Rinky cases. There's some good, really nice Rinky cases that I use. I have used some Poetic. Um, I have used. I got one right now. I got a case on my iPhone right now from, I think it's Ghost Tech. I really like, but I don't know what my favorite would be. Tech guy, what's going on? If you switch to Sprint and get the $50 plan port, you get a free 11 if you trade in a 6S. Wow, that's a good deal. My uncle has a 6S. He still enjoys it. Yeah, I got a 6S. And I want to be honest with you, that 6S works flawless. Other than the battery, which I still say I blame Apple for the degradation, whatever, however you say it, of the battery on the older iPhones. Cause I'm still putting out almost 100% battery capacity from my 6S. And the battery, you can just watch it drop. And it didn't do that until they got the newer versions of iOS. So, in my opinion, Apple is just doing this to make you buy newer iPhones. If you got a phone that has to be always on a charger, you're going to get tired of it and want to buy a newer iPhone. So, in my opinion, that's what they're doing. And in my opinion, that's what Samsung is doing. Because my Galaxy S7 that I had on Boost, when it was on Nougat, great, well, not great battery, they got really good battery life. They decided, well, we'll give it Oreo. They gave it Oreo, made it buggy, made it laggy, battery won't last half a day. So I think that, I can't prove it, but iPhone, Apple, I have a feeling that Apple makes their older iPhone batteries, even though at full capacity almost, they drain super fast. The performance is fast, gameplay is fast. I'm going to be honest with you. You can play some very graphic intense games on an iPhone 6S that's some higher end Android phones of today struggle with. And that's saying something. You know what I'm saying? King of Tech Deal says you can get a Moto E6 on Verizon, Sprint, or AT&T for 75 cents a month. $350 for an iPhone 8 only at Walmart. There you go. King of Tech Deals. That's the man right there to go to for the tech deals right there. Be sure to subscribe to his channel too while you're there. So Visible has free phones and $40 a month. That is not bad at all. I'm surprised they do not make you pay for at least 3 months. Your first month is $25, which is what I paid, no taxes or fees. You can get the Moto V6 or the ZTE Blade A7 Prime, which is a completely too long of a name for a phone, for free if you trade in any old phone. As long as it's not smashed to pieces and it works. I traded in a 3-year-old ZTE phone from Cricket that I had just laying around for years. Traded it in, got a phone for free. After the first month, $40 a month. You can get referrals and get cheaper. I feel like a spider web on right here. I've been like that all night. But it's like a cloud-based service, and it's not. It can get aggravating. Yeah. And it's unlimited talk, text, data, and hotspot. What's up? Nate Dunn did it. I've not been around very much, man. I know it's been a while. I have no idea how far behind I am. I'm not too far behind. I'd go with the Blade A7 over the E6 if you want more storage and RAM. 32 and 3 versus 16 and 2. The Blade A7's got 3 gigabytes of RAM. I didn't even know that. I didn't even look and see how much RAM I had. The Blade also has a larger screen from what I see. Hope it helps. Well, I'm not sure what screen the E6 is. You got a 6-inch display on the ZTE. If I was not on a family plan, I'm not sure what I would have. Most likely Cricket $30 plan or Spectrum 1 gig plan. LOL, I am cheap. Phones today are status symbols. Yes. When I was growing up, people were judged by the televisions, but today it's smartphones. Absolutely, and even though this is gonna be this is gonna people's gonna hate me for this probably, but in my opinion, even though all the good things smartphones do, I believe one of the biggest mistakes ever made was the invention of the smartphone. I mean, it sounds really not natural for somebody who reviews phones and smartphones and is all into this kind of stuff to say that. But in my opinion, it's the truth. I mean, so much stuff. And I mean, you can't go to a restaurant and a family of 4 or 5, every one of their noses is in their phone. If I go out to eat with somebody, I'm like, put your phone down. You know? I'm like, leave it alone for 30 minutes. Can't even do that. I think that cell phones should have been like they were back in 2000, 2001, where you could just talk and text, and that was it. I think we need to go back there. But it's just my personal opinion, and I know that's not popular at all. But them were the days where you actually had more of a life, I guess you would say. You know, now it's just like everybody's all up in their smartphones. People are getting hit by cars because they're on their smartphones. People are running into poles and falling down steps because they can't get their face out of their phone. They can't even eat dinner. They can't even do nothing without their smartphone being in their face. So yeah, it's not popular, but you know, that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Thoughts thoughts on the Alcatel on the Alcatel. Which Alcatel? My current drivers, my current daily phones, my current phone that I use all the time is the Pixel 4 XL. The iPhone 6s is still a good phone, but iOS 13 might be the last update possibly. It's possible. It's possible. But it's still going to be usable for at least 2 years, even if it don't get any more updates. So yeah. I would be very sad to leave Sprint as they have been good to us. My brother broke his phone and gave us $100 to help out. Yeah, I've always liked Sprint. I don't know why. I just always liked Sprint. You know, I'm so mad Metro discontinued the CoolPad Legacy. They did? Wow, that was quick. My friend has an iPhone 6, works as good as an 8. I can't say that an iPhone 6 works as good as an 8 because I got an 8 Plus right now, and I also got an iPhone 6, and the iPhone 6 is showing its age. But, you know. Have you seen the CoolPad Legacy S? Yes, I have. I have not bought it, though. I have no reason to buy it. So I kind of left that phone sitting on the shelf. How do you like the Galaxy A10e? I actually sold my A10e. I still have possession of it because they haven't paid for it yet. But the A10e was a good little phone. It's a good little budget phone. It's really a no frills phone. It's got a good display. It has decent cameras, decent performance. I think it's a good phone. If you can get it for a good price, I would say under $100. Yeah, it's a good phone. I was explaining, I hear people bash others for having older iPhones and Galaxies. Yeah, I'm like, never, I'm like, why would you make, why would you pick on anybody, make fun of somebody because they got a phone that's 3 or 4 years old? It don't matter. If somebody can't do any better or buy a better phone, I mean, people will really bash somebody because of it. And I'm like, hey, I mean, I'm a tech reviewer, and I still use a 4-year-old iPhone 6s. I mean, and I don't care who likes it or don't like it. If they don't like it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people take phones a bit too seriously. I grew up before they were even a thing. To each his own. Yeah, I grew up when cell phones. If you had a car phone, a bag phone in your car, you was something else. You know what I'm saying? But and I grew up in the days of just a basic little Nokia, little Kyocera phones, little Nokia bar phones, little beep 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 ringtones and green screens. I mean, and playing Snake. That was, in my opinion, the good days of smartphones. Now it's just an all-out war. D-Lo Flows. Well, hey, what's going on? What's happening? I will use what phone I want if people don't like tough. They buy me yeah. Yeah. And I get a lot of, and I don't try to sound smart when I say this, but I get a lot of requests to review the Galaxy A50 or, um, especially the A50 here lately. And I'm like, that phone's like $300+. I'm like, if you want to, send donations to my channel, I'll be glad to buy an A50 if you want to support it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to support the channel, I'll be glad to buy an A50 and review it. But I can't just go here and buy. I don't make $1 million a year. Like some do. I'm on a strict tight budget. I buy what I take. I got a strict this, that, and the other. I buy what I think people would like and what well, not what people would like, but if I see something interesting, I'll grab it. You know, but if it's a phone that I'm not entirely interested in, unless I just really need to cover it, I ain't gonna. Unless somebody wants to just pay for it, and then I'll review it. Absolutely. The Koreans are more honest than the Chinese. Chinese manufacturers use low quality parts. I got a few Chinese phones that are really good. So I pulled the plug and ordered a free visible phone. Don't know why, but a free phone, $25 unlimited service plan sounded enticing. Did you trade a phone in? Now, the only way to get the ZTE phone for free is if you trade an old phone in. I switched to AT&T and getting an iPhone 8 on my dad's account. Awesome, yeah. People are saying that don't even buy an iPhone 8 because it's becoming too outdated, and I'm like, why? Because it's got big bezels. Why? Because it used to use Touch ID. It's going to perform close to the newest iPhones. I mean, it's an iPhone. An iPhone is an iPhone. Okay, it does the same thing. The whole interface has been the exact same since the iPhone 5S, pretty much. And they all work great. Even the 6S still works fantastic. So the iPhone 8 is 2 years newer. I'm so why not? Yeah. My videos are awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel otherwise about it. I feel I don't know about other YouTubers, but other YouTubers, anybody watch this? Other YouTubers, do you ever make videos and every single one you make, you're like, that's a flop. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness, I hate feeling that way, but I think that a lot of creators are probably like, man, I could have done better than that. But thank you for saying that. Um, D-Lo Flow. I appreciate it. You're correct. Just a phone cannot change your world. My favorite phone is the Moto G7 Power. Got it unlocked new for 154. Battery is my is my number one item. Put G7 Power has a good. Yeah, it does. The G7 Power, like I say, if the LG would have put the same processor that's in the Moto G7, it would have been a game changer in my opinion for performance. The G7 Power is a great phone with a great battery and really good cameras. The AT&T version is also 20 at Best Buy. LG Phoenix. Oh, okay. Have a wallet case on my G8. It's the greatest thing of all time. No, okay. Just get a battery replacement for the 6S 50. See, I don't need a battery replacement. My battery capacity is like 98% capacity. I mean, if they put a new battery in it, it's just going to go to 100. I mean, I've only had the phone less than a year. I've only had the 6S less than a year. So, it's like 11 months old. It should a phone should not need a new battery in less than a year. Um, I got a Chromebook for under $100. That's not bad at all. That's what's up. The E6 has the 5.5-inch screen from what I saw. So a bigger display on the ZTE is 6.088 inches. What's up, Mikey? Take a review. How you do? How you been? Didn't get your notification. Just saw about going on YouTube. Wow. Um. Yeah, YouTube is taking the L's right now. What's your thoughts on the new Motorola Razr? Too expensive, and I just don't really. I don't know. I mean, is it going to have the same kind of flaws as Samsung did with the Fold? I mean, is there going to be like a long list of do's and don'ts? With their display, because it's foldable. It's going to be super thin, super sensitive. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Visible could replace better in your other carrier. Well, the reason why is you can't put just any phone on Visible. Only certain phones can be put on Visible. Also, it's on Verizon. I need a GSM network. How much does the Verizon hotspot run you? It's $65 with auto pay. Yeah, the Visible ZT Blade A7 Pro has 3 gigabytes of RAM with a Helio P22 processor. Now, I seen where the processor is the A22 processor. So A22, P22, not really sure the differences, but I didn't know it had 3 gigabytes of RAM, and I had the phone. Wow. I want to agree with you. Cell phones are horrible in that sense. No one could get off their phones for half an hour to do so. Exactly. Lady Red, how you doing? Look, he's back in the office. I know, right? It's been months. It's been a while. How you doing tonight? I believe the Blade A7 Prime. Yeah, the Blade A7 Prime has the Helio A22. You got to understand, smartphone, Android phones are here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. Oh, I'm sure they're not. No, they ain't going nowhere. They're making too much money every single year and really giving you nothing extra for it. You know? Well, that's going to be something that's going to rub some feathers probably the wrong way. But oh well. Hey, I speak the truth. Each phone that comes out every year, they give it a bump in this, a bump in that, maybe an extra camera, and that's about it. You Sounds like a good phone for free. Yeah, it is for free. You can't beat it. I mean, honestly, I would pay $100 for this phone. I would. I mean, $100 for this phone for what it gives you. It's not the fastest or the smoothest in the world, but it's going to get the job done. $100 is not bad for this phone if you bought it straight out. But free is much nicer. If you got an old Android phone laying around, Amy Joe, it's nice to see you as well. How are you doing? I agree. People go crazy with phones. I put mine on wait unless I need it when I'm out. I agree all the way. Yes, so some agree. Jose Perez, what's going on? On Black Friday, I picked up an iPhone 8 Plus on Straight Talk for $150. How did you get an iPhone 8 Plus on Straight Talk for $150? You can't get a Straight Talk phone at Best Buy. Okay, you can get Total Wireless at Best Buy, but you can't get Straight Talk at Best Buy. Straight Talk is strictly Walmart. Just got back from Texas a couple of weeks ago. I have to say, T-Mobile has actually improved a lot. I wish they would here. Kenneth Marlin with a $1.99 donation. Thank you. Shout out to Kenneth Marlin. Thank you for that, bro. I appreciate it. This is awesome. From Visible Confirmation, email, mobile hotspot for free. Heads up, hotspot speeds are capped at 5 megabits, and we currently don't only allow one device at a time. I got something to tell you on that. You can only connect one device. However, I I turned on my hotspot a little bit ago, or before I started streaming, and I was in this not in this area, but I was in a lower coverage area. I was getting 10 megabits down and like 15 megabits up. I turned hotspot on, turned it on my Pixel hotspot. I pulled 10 megabits down, 15 megabits up. I think that if you use a Visible phone, you get faster hotspot LTE speeds. If you bring a phone to Visible, I believe you're capped at 5 megabits down and 5 megabits up. Because I was pulling the same on hotspot as I was on the actual LTE. So that's thumbs up right yonder. People crap all over Sprint for calling they or yeah, I've always liked Sprint, and like I always tell everybody, coverage depends on your area. Sprint might be horrible for one person, but might be great for another. That goes for any carrier. You and Tito Escobar had the same philosophy on smartphones getting out of hand. Yeah, the actual retail prices, they are out of hand. They're way out of hand. I've got my son's AT&E here. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it or not. It's still too soon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. You know, you know, I'm sorry. I know you're going through a lot. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. In the world is that noise? It's funny how we base things off how nice people's stuff is. All it means for a lot of people is that they have what they cannot pay for. What's your top five phones for the year wraps up besides ZTE and Pixel? Well, ZTE is not my top five. That's not my top five. Um, I'm streaming from a new phone that's not on the channel yet, so I'm not going to mention this phone here. But this phone right here that I got right now that I'm streaming on is probably the best budget price phone under $300 that I've ever used. Ever used. This phone's got it all. It's got it all for the price. The unboxing is coming soon. Stay tuned. Traded an oh, you traded the phone in? What's up, Michael West? How's it going? I traded in an S9 for the LG G8 just because it was cheaper. LOL. Yeah, I would prefer an LG G8 over a Galaxy S9 as well. I actually just switched from iOS back to Android. Good to be home. Yeah, I mean I use both. Usually I have one Android and one iPhone. One Android, one iPhone. Yeah. Um, I usually have one of each, at least in my pocket. No iOS device tonight though. Sometimes older phones are nicer than the new ones. I still miss my Samsung Note 4. Well, I appreciate you saying that, TSB. I really do appreciate that. Um, I wish that I had more views on my videos. I was looking the other day at my analytics, and it's showing that 4% of subscribers are even interacting on the channel, and according to the views I'm getting, it's not even that. I really don't understand it, but I thank you for saying that, TSB. That means a lot, man. Appreciate that. What's up, Scott Thompson? How you been? I appreciate the content you put out. Most of all the comparisons to others that are close in specs you demand. Appreciate that, Scott Thompson. I have a few comparisons coming up. Um, One I'm excited about because it's kind of flagship versus budget, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be close. I really do. I'm still rocking the Pixel 3 AXL. I still got mine. It's a great phone. Nothing wrong with it at all. I like Visible because it is really Verizon, not an MVNO. I'm surprised they're so cheap. I thought Verizon wanted to make more money. Well, look at how much money they are making. You know, however many customers they get, they're getting $40 extra a month, and they're using their same network, and it's them. So they're making money. If they had a million customers on Visible at $40 a month, all right, Michael West, good to see you as well, man. Amy Joe, I agree with you 100%. I do prefer Touch ID. That's why I kind of don't want to go over an iPhone 8 because of Touch ID. I don't want a phone that's strictly swipe gesture base. And that's really kind of, I mean, the iPhone 8 Plus, I'm probably going to, part of me is saying wait for the SE2 to see how that's going to be coming out possibly next year. And then the 8 will come down in price more. But part of me wants to go ahead and just trade out my 8 Plus for a regular 8 once $100 cheaper. And I just don't need a really big iPhone. So I may do that. I'm still on the fence about that. What's up, Tech Rants? I am select joining in. How you doing? It has been way too long. It's been way too long. And thanks for the 40 people that's joined in. It's been kind of up and down a little bit, but thank y'all for joining in and the 26 likes. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. And thank you for the for the donation super chats. Mikey Tech Review, Little Gas Man, help you out, friend, with $2. So shout out to Mikey's Tech Review. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for that donation, man. Appreciate it. It's getting chilly in the car. About 30 degrees right now. But you know me, 30 degrees, and I'm just feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm loving this cold weather. It just goes by too fast. Do you agree the fun times are over at T-Mobile with John leaving? I honestly never really paid no attention to John Ledger on T-Mobile, so I really don't know. I never really paid much attention to anything he had to say. Did you see that AT&T was raising people's plan without telling them? Yes. They only want the customer that is okay. Yeah, I have a lot against AT&T. I have a lot against AT&T. Yeah, don't like them. My friend just got a Mazda MX-5 6-speed manual. It's so nice. That's an oddity nowadays too, sadly. It's hard to find a manual transmission in any car nowadays. If your iPhone 6S is 90%, then it is good as it gets. It only needs replacement at 75. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to sit here and tell you, I can fully charge my iPhone 6S, have my T-Mobile SIM card in it, be on Wi-Fi calling because I get no service. I'm gonna get 1 bar of service at times. Kind of comes and goes, and I can use it just a little bit. I can make one video, edit that video, upload it. By the time I'm done, it's about 30% battery, and then it drops to like 1% in just a few hours. This makes no sense. Lady Red's in the house. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope thing is going well. Wish my iPad had a way to see health of the battery. Oh yeah. Best mid-range processor is the 855. That's the flagship processor, dude. The 855 is still the latest flagship processor, unless you count the 855 Plus, which is just the overclocked 855, which most people that are telling the truth is saying there's really no difference. So a mid-range processor like a 710 or a 670 or something like that. That's a mid-range processor. The 855 is a flagship. Hey, Lady Red, my two favorite YouTubers in the same place. Yeah, the 855 is a flagship processor. I'm not sure if you are aware the trial for the Sprint T-Mobile merger begins tomorrow. I didn't know that. Hope everything starts going normal soon. Yes. What's up, James Stevens? Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope all is well. I think it's getting a little bit better. It's just been a rough 3 months. Adam says, hey RJ, love your videos. I'm thinking about getting the Unity F1 Play. Is it a good phone? I have the original Unity F1, and it's a good phone. It runs smooth, it's quick. It runs the MediaTek Helio P60. The F1 Play gets more RAM, which is really nice. And it's a good phone. The cameras is probably the weakest point of the Unity F1 or F1 Play, but the phone works great. It does. I got a little screen issue with my F1. On the corner left side, it's a little dark spot. It's not really noticeable unless you're looking at like light colored pages. Um, but in my opinion, yeah, it's a good phone. I've had mine for a while, and the battery is fantastic on the thing. The screen is good. So yeah, I recommend it. And thank you for liking my video. I appreciate it. It was an open iPhone 8. Oh, still, that's a good price. AT&T was going to give me a free iPhone 7, $10 iPhone 10R, and 5 LG G8 for free if I switched. However, total bill before taxes was $267. Okay. Then I'm getting the Note 10 Plus. Note 10 Plus here's a really good phone. Really good phone. I mean, just like any flagship phone, I can't justify $1,000 price tag, but for the phone itself, I'm going to try and get some sleep. Work is tomorrow, and the day was long. We hope you have a great night, Lady Red. Thank you for joining in. Hope you have a great night tonight. Yeah, the Unity F1 Play is a good phone. Hopefully, if you buy one, you won't get one that's defective. I've had several defective Unity phones that had to be sent back. Um, I had one that was was really bad. But the F1 only has one little issue, and it's with the screen. Other than that, it's a great phone. And the only thing, like I said, the only thing wrong with the screen on my F1 is a little dark spot on one little corner of the screen on the left side. This very visible, but it's not like a hindrance. It's not like the whole screen. It's just one little spot, but it's still there. It drives me crazy. But it's got a good battery. It's got a good design. It's got the cameras are decent and good lighting. Um, it's powerful enough, and the Play has even more RAM. So you got that going for it. So yeah. So I might be in a pickle, says TechWiz. The email said the device has to work. My phone I'm swapping works, but the removable battery doesn't because it's like 4 years old. I should be good, right? But the removable battery doesn't. Ugh. Honestly, I don't know. That's the only thing about it because mine had a removable battery, but mine was fully charged. Can you charge that battery any? If you can get the battery to charge and they can power it on, I mean, the phone that I swapped was about 3 years old, I think. I'm using an unlocked Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I'm getting 50 megabits download and 30 upload. And right now I'm downloading Xbox One games, watching this stream right now at 40 megabits on Visible. Awesome. That's what's up. Yes, absolutely. Storm Chaser 92. Absolutely. The guy, and honestly, most people, most people that are honest about it, and I don't call anybody dishonest. I mean, that might sound bad. I'm not trying to make, I'm not trying to make it sound bad when I say people that are honest, but I know that some YouTubers who have the Note 9 and the Note 10, most of them will tell you that if you got a Note 9, don't bother upgrading to a Note 10. That pretty much tells me there's not enough difference in the both of the phones. You know, because I hear the Note 9 was a great phone, and of course, you know, um, you know, but a lot of people I've heard have said if you got a Note 9, it's kind of a waste of money to upgrade to a Note 10 unless you can get it for like, a really good trade-in value price or versus, whatever. My friend has unlimited on Sprint, $29 a month. Wow. Yeah, this is my first live stream in months. However, I have a friend that just got the iPhone 11 and fun. He turned his iPhone 4 and it still worked. Could I get you your overall thoughts on the LG Solo 5? I got on Black Friday for 100. I think it's okay. Not sure. I think for $100 it's worth the money. At $200, it was a rip off. It was a rip off. $200 is, I think it's a good phone for $100. That's all I want to say. 100 bucks. I think it's a good deal, personally. My friend had the 10R. He had it 10 months. Had to get the speaker replaced outright. What the heck? I know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just had an iPhone 7. Stopped getting signal replacement. Home key was broken. They gave me another replacement. No, I don't listen to audiobooks. I would trade in the 8 Plus and get a 7. It's even cheaper and basically the same thing. Basically, same RAM. Now you do get more storage. Depending on if you buy it for like straight talk, you get more storage in an 8 than a 7. Um, that's true. You're right. And you get what, wireless charging on the 8 and a glass back, something else to break and crack if you drop it. Loretta Martin, how you doing? That $2 take his car a long way. It's a stick shift, not a piece of junk automatic. I get around 37 miles to the gallon, so my iPhone 6S was a lot worse than that. Died so fast, used 30 minutes, it was half dead, but charged fast too. Yeah. My SE charges a lot faster than my 6S. My SE will be charged in no time. My 6S takes a while. Yeah, the G8's got an 855. What's up, Andy Logan? What's going on? Paul Evers, what's going on? So I'm guessing the notifications are going out kind of late, cause the later I stream, the more people are joining. So thank y'all. Um, like Easy Computer Solutions said, at best nowadays to get the top processor and specs, the prices are getting out of control. Needed to pay 1,000, 1,500. Exactly. I don't see any reason to pay that kind of money for a phone. I don't see the reason for it. I feel like that I'm living in the past. My apartment has baseboard heat. Trying to trying out Wing on eSIM, supposed to be better than Cricket Wireless and AT&T prepaid. I've not heard of that. Not heard. I've heard of the eSIM, but I have an LG G8X that my sister and I signed up to get. The deal with AT&T is great. Yeah, that G8X looks pretty nice. It looks pretty cool. It does. It looks pretty cool. Um, it will not charge. I've had it on charge for hours and not turn on. I know it works, but the battery will not charge. Man, I don't know what they'll do about that, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know what to tell you except reach out to Visible, and that's not fun to do, from what I hear. Reaching out to Visible about that. You sure it's the battery and maybe not the USB port? Maybe, I don't know. Master Chef says thoughts on the Samsung A20. The A20 is a good phone. It really is. If you can get it for a good price, the A20 is a really good phone. I had it for a short time, and it was a really good phone. No complaints really with it. Straight talk. Let's see. Straight Talk has added 10 gigabytes of hotspot with exactly, yeah, they did. They added 10 gigabytes of hotspot finally. RJA, how's it going? How do you feel like crackpad devices? My crackpad Surf from T-Mobile test drive sucked. CoolPad, I like the CoolPad Legacy. I still got mine, and the phone has actually been pretty decent, to be honest with you. But the test drive, the CoolPad Surf, it wasn't a very good hotspot. It wasn't. A battery kit on Amazon would really help your iPhone 6s. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure. I know it would, and I may end up getting one. I don't know. I think I might be fine. Visible fact says step one: get your phone ready. Make sure it turns on. Don't return any accessories, case, memory card, and charger, or a damaged battery. Uh, but make sure that it turns on. If your battery don't work, then they can't test it to see if it turns on. That's the only thing. One more question for you. How is the screen quality, and would you recommend the Bold N1 or the F1 Play? I did not keep my Bold N1 because I was just too concerned with a new manufacturer from Blue and their first phone having that kind of money out, and maybe the camera stopped working, the pop-up camera stopped working. The Bold N1 was a really good phone, but the pop-up camera mechanisms in a phone like that, I would probably say the Umidigi F1 Play, to be honest. Just because it just really works good. I like the Bold N1. I really did like the Bold N1, and man, that's just a tough one. Because you got to worry about the working parts in a phone that's that cheap. Is gonna because I've heard because I had a few comments that had a Bold N1 said that their pop-up camera lasted a week and quit. I've seen some that's had theirs since it released, and there's been no problems with it. I know mine work great. I've watched some videos where it makes a grinding sound whenever the camera comes out and goes back in on the Bold N1, and that's a cause for problems because something's not working right in there. So it's probably a hit or miss. So if you want something probably more reliable, I would say the Umidigi F1 Play. Um, if you are looking at those two devices. Have you got your phone cases from Harm? I've never heard that before. No. I'm doing okay, Loretta Martin. Haven't heard too many people still using the iPhone SC, except you. Hey, I use the iPhone SC a lot. I like the iPhone SC. I love the iPhone SC. Any thoughts on the new Moto Razr phone? If you've seen it, I've seen it, and honestly, $1,500 for that phone that basically opens up just like a smartphone, and it's not really like a tablet like the Galaxy Fold. I think it's just I think it's gonna flop personally. I think it's gonna be way too much money for most people, for the majority of people, and it has that big bottom. The way it curves out, I don't know. I'm not feeling it, to be honest. What do you think of the idea that Apple in 2021 can eliminate the charging port? I was talking to someone earlier about that, and I think it would be the dumbest move that they could make. Because everybody is not going to want to rely solely on wireless charging. People still want to just plug and go. You know what I'm saying? I I bought a little cheap $5 wireless charger at Walmart on Black Friday for like $5, and it works. It's slow, 5 volts, 1 amp, but I bought it because it's $5, and it works. But I think it's just these manufacturers are just wanting. Or, what is so hard about plugging in a phone? I mean, it's like, we want wireless charging. We want to just set our phone down. We don't want to sit there and have to make ourselves plug in a port into a phone anymore. I mean, it's like they're wanting to make phones do everything but breathe for us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, seriously? It's like, I've heard a lot of things in videos in the past month or two that makes me really just scratch my head and be like, is people really becoming that lazy when it comes to, their smartphone wanting to do everything for them to the point to where it's like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. I don't know. And I know that everybody has their difference in opinions about, they want their phone to do this, that, and this, you know, but personally, I just, I don't see what's so hard about plugging in your own phone without having to just put it on a wireless. I mean, wireless chargers are okay and all like that. I'm not down on them, just nothing like that. But it's like, it's just too many complaints nowadays. I mean, there's been more complaining in 2019 about cell phones than there has been in the past 5 years. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I agree. But honestly, Jason C, I think that it would be a very bad move for any manufacturer to remove the charging port on a phone. So what is visible? Even talk about like that all night. Um, Wait a minute. Are you still paying on that GSM SIM that uses T-Mobile? Yeah, better SIM. Using it right now. Um, so what is visible? Even talk about that all night. What exactly is that? That's pretty new to me. Well, Visible is like a cloud-based mobile service that works through Verizon. And the best way to really, really know all about it is just go to Visible Mobile or just search Visible Mobile. It'll tell you all about it, really, because there's a lot to it. I mean, you get unlimited talk, text, data, and unlimited hotspot for $40 a month, taxes and fees included. You can't on the Verizon network at that. My son's iPhone 7 Plus got the iOS update. Now the mic don't work. Wow. That's the thing. Way too many updates on iOS. My neighbor's son, who was 17, tried selling me the Coolpad Legacy for $30. Not worth the original Coolpad Legacy on Metro PCs was way better. Yeah, the Legacy S is just a yeah. They also got a Legacy Go edition, which I think the Go editions need to do just that. Go. Just go away. The Go series phones, Go series tablets, Go edition tablets and phones need to just go away. In my opinion, they're awful. Every Go edition phone I've ever used has just been awful. Professor says Brazilian. You're Brazilian? Or what? What are you trying to say? I wouldn't mind having an unlocked Alcatel 3V on Visible. Yeah, I seen the new Alcatel 3V 2019 from this year. I had the Alcatel 3V, I think from last year, and boy, what an improvement they've made. Your prediction, the LG G8X. What about the prediction? What about the LG? What kind of prediction? It's gonna be like, what's next? You want your phone? Yeah, exactly. It's like that they're wanting their cell phones to make to do everything for them, and I'm like, it's a cell phone. Come on now. I'm just happy to have a cell phone. There you go, Rose Jane. There you go. LG G8X dual screen phone. People are say it's the modern version that the ZT Axon M. It's close. It's kind of sort of similar. I tried a wireless charger. It takes too long. It's faster to plug in a cord than wait extra 45 minutes for a charge. Exactly. I do not like wireless charging. It is bad for the for the battery. I only tried it once. Um, have my phone charger and iPad charger taped to my desk, so I plug it. It's exactly. See, I have a 6 USB from Anchor that plugs into the wall, and it plugs into the back of the 6 USB charger thing, whatever you want to call it. I got two micro USBs, two USB Cs, and a lightning cable. And so all I gotta do is just reach over, plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. Can we have an Android One instead of Android Go? Yeah, Android Go is just awful. My goodness. Android One is nice. What do you think? AR Music, what's going on? What do you think of Visible Wireless? I think Total Wireless Straight Talk has a run for the money. I wouldn't say that specifically because you can't use but just certain phones on Visible Mobile right now. And also, they're more of a cloud-based service, and I don't know if you can even talk to anybody, to be honest, right now. Um, their price is right. The price is really good. $40 a month for unlimited everything, including hotspot. And I got this ZTE Blade A7 Prime for free. I just traded in an old Cricket phone. Got this one for free. First month's bill was $25. And I mean, so far it's working great. But you can't use but just certain phones. You can't bring but just certain phones over to Visible. Now that may change in the future. But I mean, I don't know. I think so far it's okay. I've not had any problems with it so far. But I've only had it for a few days. So, does Visible offer no family plans or discount for family plans? There is no family plans on Visible right now. Oh, okay. As long as the phone works for what you want it to, exactly. Are you getting the Blue View one from Track Phone? I'm considering it. I really I don't like to return phones. I used to have a really bad habit of that a long time ago. I don't like I really don't need the phone, to be honest with you. If I could sell it, it'd be one thing. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the Blue View one or not. Yes, it's Mellow Yellow time. I got one right here beside me. Hel- Hello, Lewis. How's it going? I have a question. How good is Boost Mobile? It depends on your area. I like Boost Mobile. I really enjoy Boost Mobile when I had their service. I would be with Boost Mobile right now if I had better coverage in my area. Um, but it just depends on your area. Visible does party pay, yeah. I don't know nothing about it, but yeah. You can okay, my bad. I heard about party pay, but I'm not completely familiar with Visible that much yet, so apologies for giving out that false information on that. They do got party pay, but like I said, I seen it, but I didn't really read about it. So I guess before I know, so I apologize for that. It says you can group up to 4 lines, and each person pays their own part. So I'm guessing it's the same price, maybe. Oh, $25 a line if you get 4 people in a group. Thank you for straightening that out there. I really appreciate it. Um, so that's my bad. It's my bad. I should have done some more research on it before I even gave my information. Um, what's up, Chevy Cabot Racer? What's going on? It has been a long time. You can find group IDs to join on Reddit to group up with strangers, even just get the lower bill. Yeah, and there's no contract, so I mean, worry about somebody dropping out and you being stuck with more money. If one person drops out, then there you go. Can I use my LG Stylo 5 with Sprint if it is from Boost? Oh, if it's locked, probably not. And even if it's unlocked, you'd have to call Sprint and verify. 4 lines for 100 on visible on Verizon towers is not bad. No, it's not bad. Just wanted to say hi. I got to get to bed. All right. Well, thank you for joining in there. Chevy Cobalt Racer. Appreciate it. Thoughts on Boost Mobile LG Tribute Royal? I have not seen that phone yet. So I really don't know. Is it already released? Oh, it's also called the LG Journey. Well, okay. I had a little bit of a pause there, I think, or something happened. Are we back? Can y'all hear me? It said reconnecting. I'm not really sure what you heard or didn't heard. Okay, cool. I had the LG Solo on Total Wireless. The LG Solo is pretty much the LG Journey without a fingerprint scanner, I think. And it's not a bad phone. The LG Solo is a pretty decent little phone, to be honest. But I haven't seen the actual Tribute Royal. I asked because you have reviewed all the phones, I think. Not all. Not all. If someone doesn't pay their visible bill, then you pay $3 for 90. Just want to add that. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I was wrong earlier by saying that there was no family plan type deal. So I haven't read up that much on Visible. So okay, y'all can hear me. Awesome. My cousin Love Boost, Sally, and Wilkes. It doesn't work too well, but they have had it for a year. Wow, mostly 3G and Wilk. Wow, okay. Um, I did see that. You see that? See that pause? Okay. I recommend Sprint Direct, but Boost is pretty good. See, Boost is going to be sold off whenever T-Mobile acquires Sprint and all of it's said and done with. Boost and Virgin Mobile will be going to Dish Network, and they'll be the fourth carrier, from what I understand. So I'm not sure what Boost is going to turn into whenever it's no longer under Sprint anymore. Because I know that Boost Mobile is getting sold off to Dish Network. So honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen when that happens, or what network they're going to be using. If it's going to be GSM, or I have no idea. That's just what I read and sent. Someone asked. Um, LG K40 any good? I've never used it, so I really don't have any idea. All right, thank you for joining in. Good night and God bless to you as well, Jose Perez. Hey, how everyone joins everyone else's plan to save money. Not worth the hassle. Have a family plan, but it is close to family, and I'm very careful. You've done all the Rebel phones, I think. Yeah, I have done all the Rebel phones. Was wondering if you think the Journey was a step up from the Rebel 4, called the Tribute Royal on Boost. It's just got released not too long ago. Like I say, I really don't know from the Rebel 4 to the LG Journey. I haven't really looked them up, to be honest. Like I said, the LG Solo that I have currently with Total Wireless, that I still have, is designed a lot like the LG Journey, but I don't think it has the fingerprint scanner. If I ain't mistaken, I can't remember. The Boost version might have it, but I think the Journey don't. I don't even know why they even made the LG Journey for Straight Talk when they got the LG Solo, which is the same phone just with a fingerprint scanner. It's kind of weird. Can't be congestion at this time of night. Nah. Sounds so odd. A satellite TV company running a cell phone. I know, right? Visible, cheap as it is. You were saying that Boost's going out of business. No, I'm not saying they're going out of business. They're just going to be acquired by Dish Network. Because T-Mobile is not going to, from what I understand, when T-Mobile and Sprint and T-Mobile takes over with Sprint, they're selling off Boost Mobile and Virgin Mobile. So it's supposed to be that Dish Network is going to be the fourth carrier. How it's going to work, I don't know. And that the Dish Network will be acquiring Boost Mobile and Virgin Mobile. If they'll say the same name or not, I don't have any idea. It's way too early to tell if it'll still be called Boost Mobile or not. But as of right now, they are saying that Dish Network will be acquiring Boost Mobile, but that's it's still too early to tell. I agree. Sprint does work a bit better than Boost Mobile because I did have Sprint for 1 month. I got a phone sent to me. They gave me 1 month of actual Sprint service, and when I had it side by side with a Boost Mobile, I was pulling like 2 to 3 bars of LTE on actual Sprint, and on Boost, I could barely pull 1 bar with like 1x or not even 3G. So I could tell the difference. Same place, side by side. The Sprint did a bit better. I have no idea what's going to take place. I have no clue, to be honest. Like I said, it's way too early to tell. Paul Evers says, everyone gets Civic to 12.3 million subs. Come on, we can do it. I am a long way. Yeah, they're still discussing it. I have no idea, to be honest. That would be nice to have 12.3 million. So that would be a lot to handle, to be honest. I read that when 5G comes out, we'll have to upgrade to 5G phones. Hope it's not too soon. But someone told me that they read they'll have to upgrade to a 5G phone by next year. Have you heard any news? I have not heard any news, but there's still phones that just came out and they're going to be coming out next year. They don't even have 5G, so I really don't see how that's going to be a requirement. Because we had 2G up until what this year, so why would they get rid of 4G LTE? You know what I'm saying? So, the only prepaid companies that's going to be getting 5G first is going to be Metro. So I really don't think that's going to be a thing. I don't think that you're going to be forced to buy a new 5G phone. That's going to make people. That's going to make a lot of people really mad if they buy a brand new iPhone 11 Pro Max this year and then next year say, oh well, now 5G's out and you got to buy a new. I mean, come on. I don't think it's going to happen personally. Well, I appreciate you saying that, TSB. I appreciate you saying that, man. 12 million. That would be a lot of subs. I just bought LG Stylo 5 with Boost. You telling me that it's not worth getting it? I'm not saying that. It's just whatever you like. If you like the phone, awesome. I just didn't like it personally. I had it for Straight Talk. It has the same. This every carrier had the same version and the same specs. And honestly, if it would have had a better processor in it, I think it would have been a lot better for LG. But since they kept the same processor from last year, they really didn't do much to it. And I just don't think it's worth the money if you pay like over $100 for it. Because mine out of the box was choppy and laggy, without any apps on it. But I mean, like I always say, if you got the phone, if you like the phone, it's all that matters. Who's gonna buy $1,000 or more phone because they were forced to? I know, right? Exactly. You're completely correct. Absolutely correct. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really in any hurry for 5G. I don't care about 5G. I'm content with what I mean, like I say, I have T-Mobile, and in my area, I can't even get LTE. And if I do, it's like 1 bar, and I'm getting less than 1 megabit per second, maybe 2 megabits per second if I'm lucky. and that's not touching the phone. If I touch the phone, I'm in no service again. So T-Mobile after all these years can't even get service in my area. So what, I mean, if they can't even put service in my area, then you know they haven't even finished 4G LTE yet. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there is still a lot of places T-Mobile only have 4G LTE. So you're saying I better go on with Stylo 5 with Straight Talk than Boost? No, no. The Straight Talk version, the Boost Mobile, the Cricket, the Metro version, they're all the same. They're all the same phone. They're all spec the same. Um, they all have the same processor. They all have the same RAM, the same storage, the same everything. The only difference is some come in different colors. Is all. Straight Talk comes in a dark blue. I know one comes in I think one, I'm not sure what all colors. There's like four different colors, I want to say. But no, I'm not saying that. T-Mobile service last few months has had very slow speeds. I mean, right here in the middle of where the best coverage area right now is for T-Mobile and the best speeds is in my streaming spot, and I'm still pulling like 60, but I can sometimes pull over 100. Would you say that Boost is slow? No, I have not said Boost is slow. It's just that it in certain areas it could be slow. I, okay, wait a minute. I'm saying that the phone itself, not the carrier, but the phone itself is not the fastest phone. Um, if it had a better processor than what I had last year, then it would have made a big difference for the Stylo 5. The carrier that it's on has nothing to do with how fast the phone is or how slow the phone is. That's just got to do with your speeds, LTE, 3G, whatever you're on. Alan 567, what's going on? It's been a long time. I'm telling you. Can you offer your opinion on Blue phones? They are releasing phones with great specs now. Are the cameras good? Does Blue do regular updates? Blue does not do regular updates. They are making some pretty nice phones now. Um, and, um, and the cameras are hit and miss. Now, I have the Blue Vivo 11 that came out, I think it was last year, and them cameras are really good, better than the newer phones in my opinion. I still recommend the Blue Vivo 11 Plus or the 11 because they are really good phones. The newer phones are good as well, but is there anyone in particular that you're looking at? Yes, octa-core is the 450 processor. If they would have used the Moto G7, if they would have went the Moto G7 route and put an octa-core 632 from Snapdragon in there, it would have made a big difference in performance on the Stylo 5. Yeah, the LG skin with the 450 processor is way outdated. If they would have put a 632 processor in it, it would have made. I mean, the Moto G7 is an awesome phone, very fast, very fluid phone. If they would put the same processor in the Stylo 5 as they did in the Moto G7, it would have made worlds of difference. All right, Adam says he's back. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the 632 is a really good processor. And the Moto G7, that stock Android 632, it moves along pretty quick. I had no complaints with the 632 processor at all. It done a really good job. So I go with Cricket instead of Boost. See, that's the thing. The phones are the same. Okay, it has nothing to do with the network that you're on. Whatever carrier works best, all phones from all Stylo 5s from every carrier is going to be the exact same speed. Um, where I'm talking about, some carriers are faster than others, has nothing to do with the phone. It's the same phone. Just yeah, it's the exact same phone. It's a different company and a different carrier. Where Verizon, Straight Talk could be faster than Boost. Cricket could be faster than Straight Talk. It has nothing to do with the phone. It's just how fast things is going to load, as far as how fast apps are going to load because of speeds and stuff like that from the network. It's nice to see Moto was going to release a flagship next year. It's been too long. Which flagship is that going to be? As long as Boost works where you are, you're just fine. Exactly. If Boost works good in your area, then you're good. Then you're good. I tried a Vivo 11 Plus at Best Buy, and it doesn't have Android 9 for Android. It does now. They just released Android 9 for the 11 Plus if it's not got the Verizon update. If it does not have the Verizon compatibility update, it does get the 11 Pro. The 11 Plus now does have Android 9. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. It's the same phone. It just has a Verizon compatibility, but that one don't get Android 9 Pie, but the previous one does. It makes no sense to me. And Blue really does not really do updates. I have never had a Blue phone update on security patch or anything. Never. Maybe one. Now, yeah, maybe once, but that's been a while back ago. And that update was when I got my Verizon compatibility update from Blue, and that had to be pushed out from Blue. Yep, TSB no is right. As long as you like your Stylo 5, it's a matter of taste and likes. They haven't said, they just say it's a flagship that's coming. Oh, okay. At Walmart, LG Stylo 5 is 99 at Walmart. I'm in California. How much? Well, I'm not sure what your tax is in California. I'm on the other side of the country. I'm on the far east coast side of the country. I know here it's like 7% tax. I'm not sure what the tax is in your state. The Bold N1 was a really good phone. I was just kind of leery of it because of the motorized parts with a camera, and I did hear reports, people saying that they had their Bold N1 for like a week, and the motor for the front camera stops working. And if that happens, it's pretty much useless if you got a front camera to use. The G7 Power, but I mean the Bold N1 is a great phone if you get a good one. I thought it was a really good phone. Done everything good. Played games fine. The camera was pretty good on it. Really good performance. I mean, I had no problems with it. I don't think the G7 Power will get Android 10, but I don't know. 106 and some pennies. What's up, Aaron? What's going on? Have you seen the Moto 1 Vision or Moto 1 Zoom? I've seen them, um, but I haven't really paid much attention to them, to be honest. Diedrich Roberts, what's going on? I agree with you. I was able to purchase an Asus 5G router on clearance 2 years ago at Target, and my current 4G phone works just fine. I don't believe there will be a requirement to switch phones. Yeah, I need your help. Frank says the best YouTube cell phone blogger is back. What's going on? Uh, the LG Stylo 5 from Boost can be unlocked after 1 year of consistent payments and no changes to your phone plan. And you got to make 12 months of on time payments, and then they'll unlock it. I know it sucks. Beard looks good. Appreciate it. Need to shave it though a little bit. Yeah, the Boost and Straight Talk are very strict with unlocking phones. Does the Bold N1 get security updates? I don't know. I didn't keep mine because I was a little, like I said, I was really concerned with the pop-up camera on a new brand of cell phone from Blue, and I just didn't feel comfortable keeping that phone, to be honest. Is Alcatel any good? They got some new phones coming out that looks promising, but I can't say for sure yet. I mean, my best Alcatel phone I ever had, and I still have, is the Alcatel Idol 5S unlocked. Um, Boost is 12 months of straight service before they would consider unlocked. Yes. I read the G7 Power will get Android 10. It was on the list. Oh, okay. Well, it may. I haven't really looked. Now, I haven't seen my Umidigi really get any updates. I can't remember the last time that they got an update. Um, but it does get more than Blue. It does get more than Blue. Yeah, it's the same with Straight Talk. 1 year. Straight Talk see, Boost Mobile will unlock it after a year of 12 consecutive payments on time. No changes to your phone, like no ESN changes. Like if you need to change phones for like a day and go back to your Stylo 5, it restarts it all over from day one. Another year. So no changes to your phone, no changing phones, no changing anything no change in anything in 12 consecutive payments on time every single month. Then they'll unlock your phone. Straight Talk, I've heard that even after a year of straight service, they still can squawk about unlocking your phone. Jay Will had a video on the Alcatel 3V and he was impressed. Yes, I have seen that phone. I have seen his videos on that phone. And I had the 3V from, I think it was last year, and oh my goodness, it was horrible. It was a horrible little phone. They made a drastic change from last year's 3V to this year's 3V. It's a world of difference. So I'm glad that they really done something different with their new 3V in 2019. So I got 37 watching and 30 some likes. Thank y'all so much, and I appreciate the donations tonight. For those who have supported the channel, I appreciate it. It's getting chilly in this car, I'll tell you that much. It's down in the 30s. I had the Alcatel 7 by Metro, was a beast, but the bloatware for Metro was a nightmare. Yeah, that's my biggest problem with Cricket and Metro is the bloatware. Some can be uninstalled, some can be just be disabled, which means they're still on your phone taking up space. There goes the outside lights. Boost Mobile installs a lot of crap on your phone as well, but most of it can be deleted and uninstalled. What kind of car I got? I got a Kia Forte. Oh, they did. I haven't had Cricket in years, so. But I know that Boost installs a ton of stuff on your phone when you activate it. But the majority of it, I would say a good 95% of it can be deleted, uninstalled. A few things is disabled, but a lot of it can be uninstalled, which is really nice. Straight Talk really don't give you any bloatware when you activate a phone. It might install a few little games, but you can uninstall them, which is a good thing. But yeah, this right here is the new phone. The unboxing will be coming soon. I got a lot of editing to do on this video here for this phone. Also, the unboxing for the Visible phone will be coming out here probably tomorrow. Will be coming out Friday, which is probably already, I guess it's already Friday here in my area. That'll be coming out. That video is already uploaded. I just gotta do some tweaking here and there and subscription stuff like that. Um, and this new phone that I got right here, which is probably the best budget price phone in 2019, in my opinion, best of all, for the price and for what it offers. It'll be coming up sometime this weekend or the beginning of next week. So stay tuned for that. Well, there is no really no good bloatware on the phone, but the Stylo 5, it really all depends on what carrier you have it on, is because they're the ones that install most of the bloatware. Now, of course, LG with their LG Skin, they can install things that most time can't be uninstalled. It can just be disabled where you don't see it anymore, but it's still taking up space and storage. And honestly, you get 32 gigabytes of storage on the Stylo 5, but they take out about half of that storage. You only get about 15 gigs free out of the box, which is ridiculous. Most phones that has 32 gigabytes of storage has at least 22, 23 gigabytes free. The Stylo 5, you only get 15 gigs free, 15, 16 gigs free. So half of the storage is already used up as soon as you take the phone out of the box, which in my opinion is ridiculous. I think that if a phone says 32 gigs, you already get at least close to that when you pull it out of the box. That irks me to no end whenever you get a phone that says, specifically on the box, 32 gigs, and you pull it out of the box and look at the storage and it says 16 gigs free. I'm like, they ought to add in extra storage to take care of their system software and their bloatware. When you pull it out of the box, you get at least 30 gigs of that 32 gigs. That that is just false advertisement, and false descriptions. It's messed up, in my opinion. I mean, you're paying for that kind of storage to get 32 gigabytes of storage. When you pull it out of the box, you got 16 remaining on certain phones. And phones with skins on them, like LG, are really bad about that. You got now like Moto phones or stock Android phones, you get around 23 gigabytes out of the 32, which is not as bad, but they still should add in extra internal storage to take care of their system storage. So when you pull it out of the box, you got almost what the box says you're going to be getting. That's just my thoughts on it. So, oh man. Well, honestly, the Stylo 4 on Cricket is the same phone as the Stylo 5 anywhere else. So the unlocked version and the Cricket version. Now the Stylo 4 got NFC on Metro, blah blah blah. Who cares? But the Cricket version has the same specs as the Stylo 5 on all versions now. So yeah. I agree, especially with the people who get the budget 16 gigabyte phones and only get about 9 or less. Exactly. I've had phones with 16 gigabytes of storage that only had 6 or 7 available. And that's pathetic. Yes, I love the Huawei Elite from Cricket. I wish I would have kept that phone. I really, really like the Huawei Elite. I really did like that phone. I've tried to find one like on Amazon or eBay, and a lot of them are just selling for way too much. The Huawei Elite was a great phone. Man, I missed that phone. That phone was awesome. It worked so good too. What's going on, Dan? Says, how's it going? Can't sleep. Saw you were on, so I jumped on. I still like the Alcatel Pulse when it came out. I used a speaker mod. Great little phone. Going to try the new 3V next week. Awesome. Yeah. I had no problem with the Alcatel Pulse mix. To be, I mean, it wasn't nothing, no fantastic, but I had no problems with it. And the 3V, I'm hearing is a really good phone. Yep, in the screen, yeah. I mean, the Huawei Elite was a great phone, but if you find one now, brand new in the box, on eBay or whatever, you're gonna pay most likely way more than what you could have bought it for in the store. Unfortunately, and I should have bought one before they quit selling them, because Huawei and the government and all that crap. Um, you can't they took them all off the shelves. But I think to wrap this up here in a few minutes. I've been on for, wow, a long time, over 2 hours, almost 2.5 hours. You getting a new phone for Christmas? Awesome. Which phone you looking at? Oh, $200 budget. Yeah. Um, if you have a GSM network, the phone that I'm going to release probably Monday is 250, and it, in my opinion, is one of the best phones in that price range. You get so much. I am so amazed with this phone. This phone has not been unboxed on my channel yet. It'll be unboxed probably Monday. And I paid $250 for this phone. And it is, in my opinion, the best phone at that price that I've ever used. I mean, from what I've seen on it so far, it's just been wow. It's just been crazy. So I can't wait to get it out there. I'm not sure how good it'll do in views and everything else or whatever, but definitely stay tuned, because this phone will be, oh man, was getting the human digi, but I have to keep looking at the G7 Plus or Power. Those are good phones. They are good phones. What carrier did you say you had again? I know if you're going for Humidigi, it has to be a GSM network, but I forget, because I forget everything. I can I can read something 1 second, and the next second I done forgot it. Boy, it is. Whenever your hands start getting a little bit, it's getting cold. You pay $189 at Walmart. For what? But yeah, the G7 Plus or the Power, great phones. Great phones. I had they're great. They're really good phones. Cameras are good. Processor's good. Stock Android. Battery life is really good. Yeah, no complaints, to be honest, with the G7s. They're really good phones. I paid $129 at $189 at Walmart for the LG Stylo 5. For what carrier, Lewis? What carrier? Xiaomi is really good. The only problem with Xiaomi is limited LTE bands in the US. But Xiaomi makes some fantastic phones. Guess I didn't like the 720p idea. Wish it was 1080p. Oh, boost. Well, honestly, I mean, Motorola makes some pretty good 720p displays. I mean, they do look pretty good. But Xiaomi, in my opinion, makes some really good devices. Y'all remember I had the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7, and that phone, you paid a budget price, mid-range specs, and near flagship cameras. And I'm telling you, that phone was just crazy. I mean, it was crazy how good that thing performed. Does Xiaomi have ads? The only thing about Xiaomi that I do not like is they have like their Me video where they have a lot of stuff. You can turn a lot of it off. I have found when in the like the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7, you can turn off this and turn off that. Some things that you wish that you could disable, you can't disable. I don't like Xiaomi's skin MIUI. I don't like it at all. It's not that it's heavy, it's just that I don't like it. So I got Nova Launcher on it. Um, but their phones are top notch. I paid $189 at Walmart for the Stylo 5. Is it worth it? Personally, if you want my honest opinion and not coat anything, no. $189 I think is too much for the Stylo 5. I believe that the max price for a Stylo 5 should be $100. That's just my honest opinion. The 7s were good, and the new 8s Xiaomi release seemed good too. But I'm not really sure what you mean by ads, cause I mean, I've not had nothing like on my screen pop up when I'm turning the phone on or nothing like that, like any ads popping up on my screen, nothing like that. Which skin on a phone brand can you use without using Nova Launcher on it? Even on my Pixel 4, which is completely stock vanilla Android, I use Nova Launcher. Like you're crazy. I don't. I'm very OCD. I gotta have all my phones with the same launcher, the same apps, in the same place, on the same pages, left to center to right. It's gotta all be the same. I don't like swiping and having your Google feed over here. I can't stand that because I gotta have a left page, the center home page, and then a right page. And that's just how I am. I gotta have the same apps in the same spot. Had this gotta be the same. And Nova Launcher does that for me. So even though the Pixel 4 XL does not need a launcher, I have to have it because I can't feel comfortable using it if I don't have it like I like it. Get the Stylo 5 for zero. Hey, can't beat that. I heard Xiaomi Redmi had ads with the new. We'll see. They have the new MIUI 11 out now, so I'm not really sure. I never really had any ads pop up on my phone. If you go in there and play with it, you might can go in there and turn some things off and or disable some things. What's up, Mr. Carol Ware? What, Mr. Well, I said that wrong, man. Mr. Carol Ware, what's going on? Yeah, Nova is really good. I like Nova Launcher. I put that on everything. I understand RJ. Nova Launcher is awesome to use. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Then should I stay with my Stylo 4 from Cricket instead? Honestly, if you have a Stylo 4 from Cricket, it's the same phone as the 5 on any other carrier. Because the Stylo, other than the unlocked version, the Cricket version got the extra RAM that every other carrier got this year. See, every other carrier got 2 gigabytes of RAM in the Stylo 4, except for Cricket. They got 3 gigabytes of RAM. The processor last year was a 450. It's the same this year. The storage is the same at 32 gigs, which is what every other carrier, except for Straight Talk, got last year at 16. So your Stylo 4 on Cricket is basically the exact same phone as the Stylo 5 for every carrier now. 3 gigs, 13 gigabytes of storage, same processor, same screen, same display, same size, same this, same that, same camera, same everything. There's really no, I mean, honestly, they're the same exact phone. Well, Like I may mention, if LG went the Moto G7 route and put the 632 processor in it, it would have made a huge impact on the Stylo 5. If they would have done that, they really needed a 630. They really needed a 600 processor. A 632 would have been nice. 636, something like that would have been really nice in Stylo 5. And instead, they put the same outdated 450 in it, which was a mistake. Metro wanted to charge my mom $210 for the A20. It was an upgrade. Wow. Yeah. The A20 is selling for like $230 on Straight Talk. And that's just a lot of money. I mean, on Black Friday, the A10e was $50. Great phone. $50. You couldn't pass it. You couldn't beat it. The A20 is $230. The A50 is $300. And I mean, if I want to buy an A20 for $230, I want to spend $70 more and get the A50. I mean, come on. Maybe $179 for the A20, but $230 for the A20, and then $300 for the A50, and the A50 is gonna stomp the A20. Then yeah, I mean $70 more. You might as well get a phone. It's gonna be I agree. I keep the Stylo 4 instead of paying that much for Stylo 5. Absolutely. You did a video comparison with the Stylo 4 and 5, and that extra gig of RAM didn't really. It didn't. It didn't. It really didn't do anything hardly different. It may have kept a few more apps in the background open than the Stylo 4 did, but that was 16. When I do my comparisons, I got 16 apps that I use that are open in the background. There is some phones with 6 gigabytes of RAM that won't hold open 16 apps at one time, and that's open in 3 games, along with that test. So, I mean, people complain, "Oh, I want 12 gigabytes of RAM." Well, why? Do you want to have 30 apps in the background open? I mean, seriously. Um, but yeah, there was very little difference between 2 and 3 gigabytes of RAM. There's not a whole lot of difference. It really ain't. Xiaomi has their own launcher in the Play Store. It's not bad. The icons are crap, but the launcher is very good. Okay. She is getting one free from Boost, but it's 2 gigabyte LG Stylo 4, and the 5 is 3 gigabytes, so the 5 is better. I mean, I've done a comparison. I've done a speed test comparison on my channel between the LG Stylo 5 and the LG Stylo 4. The Stylo 4 had 2 gigabytes of RAM. Stylo 5 had 3. But opening apps side by side, opening games, there was not a great deal of difference. The Stylo 5 may have been a little bit faster, but it was not $200 faster. Let's hope that their LG Stylo 6, they do it right. If they make a Stylo 6 and they don't do something really good with it, like putting at least 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, at least a 632 processor in it, putting dual camera lens or something, or doing something with the cameras, they need to just hang up their Stylo line and not charge $400 for it. Keep it around the same price. Because if Motorola can do it, LG can do it. It's not always about RAM. It's also about software. Exactly. But they need to put all that stuff in the Stylo 6 if they make a Stylo 6. Extra RAM, extra storage, a better processor, better cameras, and keep around the same 200 to 220 price range. Because like I said, if Motorola can do it, Motorola has better speakers, they have better cameras, they have better experience as far as optimization goes, the better processor, has the same RAM and storage, and they're selling their phones for like $150, $179. So if they can do it, LG can do it as well. I got it. I got a couple of I really didn't do a whole lot of Black Friday for technology stuff. I just mainly bought a few Xbox games, stuff like that on Black Friday that I got for like half the price of what they cost new. I really didn't do a whole lot. I guess I did buy an iPhone 8 Plus, but I may exchange it for just a regular iPhone 8 because I like the smaller iPhones. But it wasn't a Black Friday sale. It was just a regular price. But I bought it just because I wanted a newer iPhone. But I'm not really impressed, to be honest. Um, but the only thing that I really bought, I bought a little sound bar for my TV. It was the Walmart had that Vizio sound bar that I bought. It's still in the trunk. I hadn't even took it out of the car yet. This Cricket has the 50 unlimited or 55. They done away with one plan. I can't remember what plan it was, but the 55 unlimited is a really good plan. My LG has 6 gigabytes of RAM. Sometimes I'm doing something and go back to it only for it to have bring me back as if I just opened the app, so it forgot what I was doing. That sucked. Yeah. There's times my Pixel 4 XL was the same RAM on stock Android. Well, have to refresh an app, but I don't worry. I mean, it's just like a second, so I mean, I don't really worry about it too much. I know that some it's like they want 30 apps in the background, and whenever they press it, they want it to be snapped right back open. That's just not how I am. I don't mind waiting a second for it to reload. Um, I hope LG could realize that pricing their phones right and with the right specs, they'll have more sales and make more money that way. And also, they need they need to what's the word I'm looking for? I can never. I've been talking too long, talking too much. My throat's beginning to give away on me. Um, they don't advertise. Not well, it's kind of like advertising their product, but it's a different word. Um, Seems like LG loves to lose money. Yeah, I would love to have gotten the A50. I was looking at it at Walmart. The cameras on that are really good. Yeah, the A50 does look really nice. That would probably, if I was to buy a Samsung to use, that probably would be what it would be. Would be the A50. I don't really care about the Galaxy Notes and the Galaxy S10s. I don't really care about those phones. $1,000, nah. The A50, I'm hearing the Galaxy A50. I hear is a really good phone. And you're paying like $300 for it. So I mean, it's gonna pretty much about do whatever you want it to do. You know what I'm saying? Cricket had the 55 and 60 unlimited. It seems they added a 40 a month to bring your own. Oh, okay. Marketing, yeah. Thank you. I can never ever think of that word. They don't market their stuff. They don't, you're always seeing iPhone commercials and Samsung commercials, but LG, you don't never see anything. I mean, the V50 came out and I never seen not one commercial or ad or anything about the V50 when it came out or the LG G8, nothing, but I seen plenty of Samsung. I seen plenty of iPhone commercials, advertising, you know, but not LG. And that's the biggest problem with LG, in my opinion. I'm getting an LG soundbar for my TV for Christmas. It's the $99 one. I'm excited to see what it can do. The TV sound sucks. Well, mine was a Vizio. I got it for like 40 some dollars. It's just a 20-inch soundbar. It's nothing spectacular. But see, my TV has what is it? True something surround. And most TV speakers do suck. But my TV surprisingly sounds really good. But I couldn't really pass up a $45 soundbar. So it got good ratings. And so I just haven't took it out of the trunk yet. I thought about the Galaxy A50 as well. Yeah, the A50, honestly, I mean, $300 for the A50. Now $300 on Straight Talk. Now, prices could vary for whatever carrier that you're on. If you buy one unlocked, check the LTE bands because some of them will not work in the US. Make sure you buy the right A50 if you buy one unlocked because some of them will not work in the US. Um, but I know that Straight Talk sells an A50 for $300. And of course, that's Verizon, so it's going to work. Um, but that's about the price point of any A50. And they're solid, very solid. Then you got the A70 and, all of those. And I just think that's kind of just getting, nah. But the A50, yeah. Even if LG tried to market soon as their numbers were Apple or Samsung, like they would be accused of, yeah, exactly. How much is the Samsung A50 at Walmart? For Straight Talk, it's $300. For Straight Talk, it's $300. I don't think they sell the A50 for any other carrier at Walmart, but for Straight Talk. I know that Boost Mobile sells the A20 and maybe the A10e, but I'm not sure. But Straight Talk sells the A10e, the A20, and A50. But like I said before, if you can spend the extra $70, the A20 is $230 and the A50 is $300. So the A70 and A80 have this pop-up cameras. I think the A50 is the right version to get. I agree with you. Thanks, Straight Talk. You have to wait a full year. You do. You have to wait a full year of 12 on-time payments, no changes to your plan or your phone for 12 months, and then they'll unlock your phone. Don't cancel anything out until you have your phone unlocked. What are your recommendations for phones at a good price without a notch or a punch hole? When you say a good price, what price range are you looking at? I have one in mind right now, but it all depends on what your price point is right now on the phone. Finally switched from the iPhone 7 Plus to the iPhone 11. Best phone I ever had. Awesome. Yeah, the iPhone 11, I was considering getting one myself. 300 or less. Darn. I was going to say the Pixel 3a or 3a XL. Fantastic phones. The 3A, now they were running a special where they had the 3A for 300. It was I think it was 379 for the 3A XL, and they have no notches and they have no hole punches. And you get the top of the line flagship cameras with really good performance. But I'm not really sure about the 3A. I never had the 3A, just the 3A XL. But I would recommend that at $300 because most phones have the little teardrop notch or something like that. The 3A or 3A XL is probably a phone that I'd recommend over any phone if you don't want a notch or a hole punch. But that's kind of pushing the price range. You said you were having some buyer's remorse over the iPhone 8 Plus. If you return it, what do you think about getting in return? I was thinking about just exchanging it for the iPhone 8, just a smaller version. It's $100 cheaper, and I still get a newer iPhone. Because I really don't want to go to a full gesture-based iPhone. I want something with Touch ID. And I would have bought the iPhone 8 if they'd have been in stock, but they had none in stock, so I bought the 8 Plus. I'm still holding on to my Galaxy S7. Yeah, the S7 was, are you running Android 8 or still running Android 7 Nougat on your S7? Because I know on my Galaxy S7, when it got Android Oreo, Android 8, it ruined my Galaxy S7. It just ruined it. But yeah, if you want flagship cameras, really good performing phone. Of course, the XL has a bigger display and a bigger battery. AMOLED displays, rear mounted fingerprint scanner, top notch flagship cameras, um, stereo speakers. The Pixel 3A or 3A XL is kind of pushing your price range, but that's what I would definitely recommend as a 3A XL owner. It's a great phone, and I mean I'm not gonna lie to you on that. G7 power has a notch, but you can disable it. Yeah, yeah, a lot of them you can hide, but they're still there. But yeah, you can hide most notches. What's up, Tech Insanity? What's going on? I got mine last year, and the only option I had was upgrade from Marshmallow to Oreo. Still has 8.0, no 8.1. Yeah, mine's got 8.0, and when I went from mine had Marshmallow, then it went to Nougat, and it done very well, performed very well. But when I went from Nougat to Oreo, it started getting laggy. The battery life really took a nosedive. Um, I wasn't sure if yours was the same way or not. And I've only had mine for a little over about a year and a half, so I've not had mine very long. Um, but the Galaxy S7 is still a really good phone. The cameras are awesome. I mean, the phone still. I mean, even though it's got a smaller display, 5.1 is really small in today's standards. But honestly, that don't really matter. Um, it's still a good phone. Anybody have an opinion if I should go for the Stylo 5 with Straight Talk? That is completely up to you. That's completely up to you. If your LG Stylo 4 on Cricket is unlocked, it's the same phone as the Stylo 5 on Straight Talk. You can still get the Stylo 5 for $99 right now at Walmart for Straight Talk, but that's completely up to you. I currently have the Galaxy S10 5G on Sprint, but definitely I recommend the Pixel 3A if you want a good phone without paying big bucks. Exactly. I got the Pixel 4 XL. It's $1,000 phone. Is it worth it? No, it's not worth it. Is it a great phone? Absolutely. $1,000? No. I don't. I think that no phone is worth $1,000. No phone. I don't care how good of an iPhone it is, how good of a this it is. $1,000 is just not worth it. It ain't. Do the Visible ZTE Blade A7 Prime have casting option to the TV? I got it on order. I got it right here. I haven't even looked and see if it has casting ability or not. Let's see. Where do you go? Okay. It says it's got Chromebook for connection preferences. Your phone is not linked to a Chromebook. Casting. I can tell it's getting too cold in the car. When I'm scrolling my screen here, whatever, all the icons are kind of floating a little bit. Um, I'm not seeing a cast screen on here anywhere. Um, Dang it. I'm not seeing a cast screen on here. I'm seeing a Chromecast connector, but I'm not seeing where you can cast your screen. I understand. Yes, I was going to ask your opinion on those new iPhone at the X and the 11 with no fingerprint sensor. You're not too big a fan of using just facial recognition and wouldn't want one. I mean, with my Pixel 4 XL, it's only face unlock or pattern pin or password. Um, but I got used to it. But I don't, and I wouldn't mind it on the newer iPhones. But I like having the gesture-based buttons like on Android, the back, home, recents, and I'm just not into all that swiping gestures and crap. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. That's why, and I like Touch ID. To me, it's more secure, in my opinion, just more secure. I know that everybody's different on that, but I have to have a 6-inch screen or bigger. Can't see those baby screens. My eyes are not that good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of phones now are going 6-inch displays, and the phones are relatively small because a lot of them are going to, more full screen to body ratios. So, I mean, you can get like an iPhone 8 Plus has a 5.5-inch display, but you can get a Pixel 4 XL with a 6.3-inch display, and it's just in it's almost the same size. It's just because of the screen to body ratio, or any other phone with like big displays, like the OnePlus 7s that has really no bezels at all, and and about the same size as an iPhone 8 Plus, 7 Plus, or whatever, with a much smaller display. Um, I don't really get into how to unlock your phones because that can get a little bit tricky. The average person should not pay more than $450 for a phone, and that with good spec. I agree. I said it earlier in the stream. I said it's very very hard to justify spending four to five, at least $500 or more for any phone. For any phone. I mean, in my opinion, when you can get a OnePlus device for around $599, and it has the same kind of flagship specs of $1,000 phone, that's pretty good. That's not bad. But I have a hard time justifying $450, $500 or more for any phone. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro, for looking. Hey, no problem, man. I mean, I hate that it ain't got it, but I didn't see it on there anywhere. Most Android phones, if you want to cast screen, get a Google Chrome dongle for your TV. OnePlus 7 430 unlocked on Amazon. See, there you go. I mean, you can get a OnePlus 7 right there for $430 right now on Amazon. I mean, I've not always been the biggest OnePlus fan because they want to get on Huawei, they want to get on all of these whatever for doing this, that, or the other. But how many times has OnePlus been caught stealing information and all this other kind of stuff? I mean, it's just kind of and nothing ever gets done about it. I don't know. No, I agree. I think it's done. They got rid of Touch ID and having used all the swiping. Yeah. And then they're talking about getting rid of the charging port in 2021 on iPhones. I mean, come on. That would be the biggest mistake in my opinion. Getting rid of Touch ID was a biggie, but getting rid of if they do get rid of the charging port in 2 years or a year and a half or whatever, that's going to be the dumbest thing. I got the red one and I love it. The only downside is no water resistance, and I need that because of the snow in winter. Yeah. See, I really like this. I really like the Star Wars Galaxy. What is it? Galaxy Note 10, the Star Wars edition. I really kind of like that because I like Star Wars and all that. Um, but and then I wanted the OnePlus 5T Star Wars edition, but you're gonna pay big dollars for one of them things. Wish I had a thermometer inside this car right now. I'm telling you, it's chilly. It is chilly. It's like I don't know what temperature is. I'm trying to see what that's. Oh, it ain't no 40 some degrees outside. It's got to be in the 30s. Got to be in the, if they do that, they'll lose a lot of people. RJ. If they do what? Oh yeah. Get rid of the. I don't know. Huh, who knows? Um, what you think is going to happen with T-Mobile phones if Sprint merged with T? Well, see, T-Mobile is buying out Sprint, so T-Mobile phones are going to stay the same. I really don't have any idea what's going to happen with Sprint devices. I have no idea. I don't want to keep up much with a merger, to be honest. Apple innovation. Let's be brave and take it the first step. Year one, Samsung will take advantage. Then next year, Samsung will follow. Yeah. See, that's the thing. Everybody's talking about like the Pixel 4 XL. How it's ugly. It has that big camera, on the back. But and there was some that said that the Apple didn't look too good either. But everybody's kind of like it grew on me, it looks fine and everything. But this one's still getting the Pixel 4 still getting bashed for it. And now Samsung next year, their leaks and some of their renders are showing an even worse looking camera bump on the back. I mean, it just they're gonna be like, oh, it's so this that and because it's just brands. People want to dog the Pixel because they can, but when it comes to Apple or Samsung or whatever, they can do whatever they want to. I mean, they could put a camera on each corner and they'll still get praised for it. But anyway, that's kind of all I'm gonna say about that. I knew getting rid of the charging port and forcing wireless charging was next. Like I say, if they do that, that'll be when I probably stop buying phones. Period. Because I mean, I don't want to be forced to use a daggum wireless charger. I mean, I can plug in my own phone. You know what I'm saying? But isn't it just awesome, nice, and cool? Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I've been sitting in this car for almost 3 hours streaming now. I gotta be cutting this short here in a second, but I haven't been on here in a long time, and I got 38 watching, so I kind of want to stay on a little bit longer. I'm surprised its battery was only like 50 some percent when I started, so I'm surprised that this phone is actually holding up like it's holding up. But um, I mean, I had no problems plugging in my own phone. I mean, seriously. But yeah, I love the cold weather. It's always 31 there. My LG has no home button, but still has fingerprint reader. Yep. Touch ID is great. That's why if I had an iPhone, it would be a 7 or an 8 line. Yes, exactly. I like Samsung's triple camera on the S10. Not the biggest fan of the iPhone 11 style camera. I didn't like it at the beginning, but it kind of grew on me. Kind of like the Pixel 4, how they kind of well, see, everybody says Pixel copied Apple with their camera on the back, the little square. But if they want to back it up a little bit, iPhone actually copied Huawei because Huawei had it first. It was just different placement. It was more along, instead of it being up here, it was more in this area and not up here like it is on the Pixel 4 or on the iPhone. But Huawei had it first. And then Apple copied that, and then Pixel copied that, and then now Samsung is going to have their whatever theirs going to be next year. I don't know. Yes, I love the Pixel 4. The Pixel 4 XL, I'm loving this thing. Alcatel Smart Flip $59.99 at AT&T, Google Maps, LTE, and YouTube. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. It's 35, your capital city, from what I see. So I don't doubt that it's in the 30s where you are. Yeah, it's 50 degrees here, going to be colder next week. They're calling for a few days where it won't get out of the 20s here in the daytime. They're calling for like freezing rain and all kinds of stuff. Who knows? Um, do you have a phone number so I can ask? No, I don't. I don't give that out. I don't give no that kind of information out. In the 50s or so here too. It's in the 30s here. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't give that information out. I think my next phone will be the Galaxy S9 Plus if it's a reasonable price, or the standard S10. Okay, yeah, good phones. I used Galaxy S9 for a little while, and it wasn't a bad phone. Um, but they got to get these prices lower. Yeah, they seriously do. I agree with you 100%. They really need to start lowering their prices on these phones, cause I mean, really, year by year, all they're really doing is changing some appearances on the phone. They're giving it a bit more RAM or a bit more storage. They're making the cameras just a little bit better. You know, they're taking away more body and giving it more screen, and they're charging a lot more for it. And they're not really getting. They're giving you the next version of Android, and they're not really giving you a whole lot. Because I mean, honestly, in my opinion, smartphones has reached their peak. I mean, they can do everything now. So I mean, what can they do year by year except for adding extra cameras? They got first it was two camera setups. Now it's three cameras and four cameras, and some got six, seven, and eight camera. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't. I mean, this the phone that I'm using right now has got a quad camera setup. Um, my Pixel's got a dual camera setup. I wish I had a, you know, I know that a lot of people are complaining they don't have a wide angle lens, which would have been nice, but you know, it didn't. Um, but yeah, yeah, there is no headphone jack on the Pixel 4. There is, from what I have heard, there may be a Pixel 4a and 4a XL. The 3a and the 3a XL have headphone jacks, and I really like the 3a XL. It's got a 6-inch display. I want to say it is 6.1 inch, something like that. On the 3AXL, it's last price I checked was $379, but it could be back at full price now at $479, which is kind of expensive in my opinion. I think 400 should be the max for the 3AXL, but it's got a headphone jack, and the cameras are the best. They're just the best. I like the Pixel you have. I think it's got one of the best cameras out there. The night sight is just with the night sight it's just amazing. It's just crazy. It's ridiculous how good it is. I heard a Galaxy S11 camera will have a 108 megapixel with zoom. LOL, the cameras are getting wild. They are, and um, you know, and the file size is going to be huge. You know, there's already a phone out right now. I want to say with a 108 megapixel camera. I can't remember what it is. Hang on. I have not used any 5G. Um, I use prepaid carriers. Of course, the only carrier that's going to get 5G will be Metro by T-Mobile. I, I actually have T-Mobile, but it's through Better Sim, which most people have never heard of before. And they use actual T-Mobile service, and I get it for an extremely ridiculously good price for unlimited everything. But I have not had any experience with 5G. That's what I want. Does yours take pictures of the stars? Yeah, it does. And they even updated the cameras on the 3A and 3A XL, the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 2 to have the same kind of features that the Pixel 4 cameras has got. So I can do the same astrophotography. Now, don't believe what you see on TV and the astrophotography, looking and seeing the galaxies and all that kind of stuff. That's just false. That's just fake. Um, I've seen camera apps that can produce those kind of photos through an app. I've taken a picture dark as dark could be with just a little outside light up at the moon, up at the stars, and it really brings it out. But it's from the pictures I've seen on commercials and stuff like that, that's going a little overboard. Um, yeah. But it does take really good night shots. I mean, it does take some really good. I mean, if it's a really dark, crisp, clear night, especially if it's like a new moon and all the stars are shining, you can get a lot of good detail. But your phone needs to be in a tripod so the phone does not move an inch or not move none to get the best shot. And that's what it tells you to do. They pretty much say, that it takes a while to process if it's that dark outside and there's a new moon, there's really no outside ambient light, there's nothing. It's just you look up at the stars, at this, out into space or whatever. That your phone is being a tripod. Hit the capture button and don't touch the phone until it's done processing for the best results. It's nice to have a good camera, but 100 megapixels is getting carried away. Yeah, it's getting carried away. I think the Xiaomi CC9 has a 108 megapixel camera, or maybe just their Note 10. Okay. I was very surprised my G8 has the headphone jack. I was very happy to hear that. Yeah. The reason why I believe the LG still keeps their headphone jack is because of their quad DAC. And I think that you think that the Xiaomi has the 108 megapixel camera. It may be. I was playing video games a while. It's 2:20. It's really 2:20 a.m. I gotta be jumping off here. I'm just having fun talking to you. I still got 33 watching. How much are they? Well, the 3A and well, I know over the Black Friday deals they had the 3A for $299, and I want to say $379 for the 3A XL. Regular price is $399 for the 3A and $479 for the 3A XL, but prices vary depending on where you buy them from. I'm odd. I hate you talking about 5G. I love seeing the LTE symboled and it's way fast. Yeah, I ain't got no. Yeah. Do or did you work in a phone store or sell phones? What got you into doing phones on YouTube? Well, I've not worked in a phone store or sold phones. Um, I never had like a job like at a Verizon, Sprint, nothing like that. I've been into phones ever since I got my very first phone. Um, and it's just been something that I've really been interested in over the past. So I got my first cell phone in '99, and so it's been 20 years that I've really been dealing with cell phones, and I've just kept up with them. Bought tons of phones over the past 20 years. Wow, and it's just something that I've always been into. So, and as time grew on, the more interested I got in them. And then I watched some YouTubers doing phone reviews, and I'm like, hey, that looks like something that I wouldn't mind doing as well. So I started back years ago. Any ideas of the possible 5G plans for Metro by T-Mobile? I'm sure they won't go unlimited 5G just yet. I don't know. I haven't. I just heard some. I just heard something. Someone on Twitter or something that said that Metro or somebody said to me, I can't remember, that Metro will be the first prepaid company to get 5G. That's all I heard. All you need is one camera on the front and one on the back. And pretty much. I mean, yeah, some extra cameras are nice to have, the ultra wide angles and, this, telephotos and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But yeah, the Pixel 3A and 3A XL can do everything with one camera lens, and it does it right. If LG continues to make phones with a headphone jack, as long as they keep the quad DAC, they will. Yeah, LG is the only one doing anything like that. Yeah, well, I mean, there's other phones still has a headphone jack. Already a couple of phones with 8K recording. I mean, really, who needs 8K recording on a cell phone? I mean, come on. It's funny, funny, funny. A50 or Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Great big price difference there, man. Gigantic price difference. 300 versus what, 1100? The Galaxy A10e is a good little phone, okay? It's not a powerhouse. It don't have the top of the notch cameras. Um, but if you want, and it don't even have a fingerprint scanner on the phone. I've had some comments saying, boo hoo, $100 phone with no fingerprint scanner, why are you whining about it and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm just giving out knowledge to people that it does not have a fingerprint scanner, and for the prices being sold for at $130 on Straight Talk, that I've had phones that were $40 with a fingerprint scanner. I mean, this phone right here was free and fingerprint scanner and face unlock. And the A10e does not has face unlock, which is nice, but it's of course not very secure, not like a fingerprint scanner would be. But it's not a bad phone. It's a decent working phone. The screen looks good, does take decent photos, and has pretty good storage. And it's not a bad phone. Um, it just really depends on what you want in a phone, to be honest. Um, right now, nobody's bought out Boost Mobile. Whenever it's all said and done with, Dish Network is supposed to acquire Boost Mobile. And they're supposed to be in Dish is supposed to be the fourth carrier. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. That's all I know. They're getting ridiculous with these cell phones nowadays. I agree with you. The A50 would do almost as good as a Note 10. Real good cameras, good processor, lots of RAM. You're going to get an A50. There you go. Moto, yeah, that's it. TSB. Moto E4, $40, had a fingerprint scanner. So a phone's 100, and the reason why is because it's Samsung. Samsung overprices their phones in order to give you a whole lot for what they're giving you for the price. It's a great. The A10e is a good phone. It is a good phone, but it's missing features that a phone at its price point should have. So you getting the new Xbox, most likely. I'm not a PlayStation person anymore. I used to be really big on PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. I got Xbox One S, and I haven't looked back since. Have you tried the phones with the in-screen fingerprint scanner? I've tried one phone with an in-screen fingerprint scanner, and it was okay. I still prefer the ones on the back of the phone, but a good in-screen scanner looks nice as well. Anyone who likes music cares about Quad DAC. Yeah, it's nice to have. You plan on selling your iPhone XR soon? Really? Man. I had the J7 Star, got back in July. In October, it got the Android 9 with Samsung One UI. Okay. Yeah, I like Xbox because it's more open source and I just like it better. I know several people that has PlayStation and they got an Xbox and they prefer it over PlayStation. I used to be huge on PlayStation. I mean, it was always about PlayStation. I had all of them until I got the Xbox One S instead of the PS4, and I haven't looked back at PlayStation once since the Xbox. I want a phone with a 6-inch screen or bigger, at least 4 gigabytes of RAM and good speakers, definitely good video and camera, and plenty of storage. The 3A XL has a 6-inch display. It has 4 gigabytes of RAM. It has 64 gigabytes of storage, no SD card slot. So there is no SD card slot. And it's only one variant of storage, 64 gigs, has stereo speakers that sound amazing. Really the perfect phone, to be honest. It just needs more storage, no SD card slot. But um, honestly, I'm not really sure. I love the size of the A10. Yes, A10 is a really good size phone. Wish it had better cameras, fingerprint scanner. I mean, the cameras to me don't look too bad, but a fingerprint scanner would have been nice to see. The Alcatel 3V by Metro. I haven't used it. I've just seen a few videos on it, and honestly, poured in, getting it for free or whatever, that's a good deal. A really good deal. I mean, Alcatel, I believe, is getting a little bit better. I mean, I had the Alcatel 3V from last year, 2018 version, and it was a horrible phone. I think it was a 2018 Alcatel 3V that I had, and it was horrible. But they really stepped their game up with the Alcatel 3V 2019. It's just amazing how much better it is over last year or the year before last model was. But yeah, ZT Axon 10 Pro, yes. I really was wanting to get the Axon 10 from ZTE. I really, really wanted that phone, but nah. I'm just not really into spending a lot of money on a phone. I'm just not. I'm just not into spend. I don't like spending. I find it hard to spend 250 for a phone. I mean, really, I do. Um, 300 is about my max. Is what I want to pay for a phone. Hisense, a good TV by Walmart. Hisense, is not bad. According to a lot of sellers who sell Hisense TVs, say it's kind of like a toss up. You might get a good one, you might get a bad one. I know that I had a TCL um, that started out really good, but it didn't last. I've heard others got TCLs, they've lasted forever. I know somebody's got a Sharp, and Sharp was bought out by Hisense, and they've had their Sharp TV for several years, no issues. So I think it's kind of one of those hit and miss. One there could be two Hisense TV boxes right here. The one on the left could last 6 months and go out. The one on the right could last 3 years and go out. So I mean, but Hisense, they look nice. A lot of it too has to, a lot of it too, if you uh, you know, I forgot what I was gonna say. A lot of it has to be tuned just right as well. That's enough storage for me. My phones only have 32 gigs. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. PlayStation is only good to jailbreak the system, lol, but I still prefer Xbox One because the controller feels comfy with tons of valuable games from old school games. Exactly. Backwards compatibility, too. Since we brought up ZTE, what about the ZTE Blade 10 for 200? Seemed like it was a good phone. I've seen the Blade 10, but I haven't really paid much attention to it, to be honest. I meant to look at that a little bit more, but I really haven't paid. I've seen the Blade 10, I've heard of the Blade 10, but I haven't really paid much attention to the Blade 10, if you know what I'm saying. So, but I really have to run. I mean, it's late. It's really, I had no idea that it was honestly 2:34. And I mean, yeah, I mean, this is the Visible. I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but this is the Visible. Um, it's not a bad little phone for free. I'm telling you. Since we okay, yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, and God bless you as well, Mr. Carol Ware. I'll stick with Apple phones. I don't upgrade every year anymore. I like the iMessage. Besides, I'm getting too old. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm kind of at that point now to where it's like, I'd rather companies want to send me a phone to review because it gets expensive buying them, and then if you sell them, most time you don't get what you paid for them, and you're losing money. So, there you go. You have a good night too, Isaac Diaz. Thank you for joining in. But right now, I want to jump off of here. Thank you, everyone. All the likes, 40 likes. Thank you for the donations. To those who left donations, I really appreciate it. All the ones who joined in tonight is a really good live stream, and I'm thankful for everyone that joined in. Hope it doesn't take you too long to do another live stream again. Yeah, I'll look at the Blade 10. Everyone have a great night. TSB, Toner Crazy Clips, thank you for joining in. Let's take 47. YouTube and chat. I don't use 80% of devices. Yeah, exactly. I don't use what everything is. Yeah, I know what you mean. Thank you, Scott Thompson, for joining in. Appreciate you as well. Rose Jane, good night and blessings to you as well. I want to jump off of here. Thank you all for joining in. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button, all that kind of good stuff. This is right at 3 hours and 20 minutes. So, good night, everyone. Thank you for joining in, and we'll see you next time.